Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bad Rolls, Good Times. What the heck? Why is that doing that? Oh no! My overlay's not right. Sorry, technical difficulties here. Why is this doing that? Why is all of a sudden my face where Zymat should be?
Everybody do the Nick face.
the donut. Sorry. Oh my gosh, this is awful. Where are you?
You want me to shut my camera off and turn it back on?
No. You're good. I can just recrop this.
I was gonna say, have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
There we go. I did it. I figured it out. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Bad Rolls, Good Times. I am your Dungeon Master, N. Roush1. And joining me tonight, as usual, is Akuma, the Tiefling Sorcerer.
How's it going, everybody?
Good. Next, we have Zymat, the Human Fighter.
Greetings, everyone.
Below Zymat is the Force from the North, the Risk Taker, the Queen Bee himself, Gigroth, the Goliath Barbarian. And then finally, fresh off of an adventure in another world, we have Cyrus, the Elf Bard.
Oh, I had the weirdest dream last night. I think there was a dinosaur and I went to another world. It was awful.
So for those that don't know, last night Cyrus joined me on another stream. A friend of the stream, Bassoon Buffoon, who plays Dungeons & Dragons on Sunday nights, had us guest with him last night. And Cyrus was pulled from this world into his world from some outside mystical force. And we got to play last night. It was a lot of fun. We can talk more about it in Crit Chat. But yeah, it was a super fun time. And so also, before we get started, I want to mention this. With last week's session, all of our players here have leveled up to level 4. It only took 3 months to get there.
Finally.
Has it been that long already?
Yeah, this is our 13th episode. Yes.
Feels good.
It's been like 3 months, stuck at level 3 the entire time. New abilities in hand, new ability scores if you went that route. Some people gained some new spells. If you're watching on browser at home, you can check out the extension, the D&D Beyond Twitch extension, and see all of the brand new stuff that the players have through that extension. And we'll talk more about that in Crit Chat as well. If you missed last week's session, quick recap of it. The players started off in the Cauldron Caves and did battle against Maud and her Will-o'-the-Wisp. Eventually defeating Maud. Well, Maud bargaining for her life to retrieve the sunken locker she decided she didn't want to die, but Zymat had other plans with this evil being.
Much to the surprise of the other party members.
Zymat has no plans. Just saying. He's not really the planning type.
Well,
Wild card, baby.
Maud did not survive this that encounter very well.
Her stew, people were rotten.
Yes. So, defeating Maud and the Will-o'-the-Wisp, you were able to retrieve the waterlogged treasure from the bottom of the lake, gaining a shitload of gold. And then also finding out that Maud's cauldron is a magical item in and of itself. All you have to do is add water and it creates a delicious stew. So basically giving you an unending supply of food. So pretty cool there. You guys trekked back to East Haven. What's that?
Nothing. Go ahead.
You guys trekked back to East Haven, where you made your night. Where you made turned in for the night. Ronaldo back to his room. You guys in your room. A well deserved long rest. And that is where we will pick up. And as with all long rests, the first thing I need is Cyrus. Roll me a d6, will ya?
A D6. I'll
Yeah.
see what I can do. That is a 2.
2. All right. What would you guys like to do? It's like after your 8-hour rest, it's like midday, right? Like it's like noontime. Pretty much everyone's gone to work for the day or is in the process of going out to work. There's very, very little daylight coming through the clouds since you got in so late. But yes, you are in the White Lady Inn at East Haven.
Well, I think we need to notify the captain of the remains of the sailors and let them know what is going down before we head out. The least I think we could do.
I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. I should probably do that.
I'm gonna check the Dwerger box.
He's in there. He's arms folded in the corner of his box, just kind of resting, head up against the side of the box. You come over, you pick up the box, lift the lid up a little bit. Yeah, what do you want?
I'm not even gonna acknowledge him. I'm just gonna close it.
Close it back up and walk away. Sure. He's still there.
All right. Well, yeah, if you guys are good, then I think we should pick up Ronaldo. Ask him if he wants to travel with us for some more inspiration. Go talk to the militia leader. Let them know about the mole, or the informant, rather. Let them know the whereabouts of the sailor. Give them the remnants, and then head out of town.
Sounds like a plan.
Remember that myself and Gigroth are going to hide in the sleds, while you, Akuma, you're a loose follow on Cyrus, just in case the homies want to try to ambush him.
So the plan here is to make your way back to Goodmead, back to home base at Goodmead. Then
Yes.
on the way.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So Ronaldo is not with you guys. He has his own room at the inn per usual. So if you would like to go get him, you can. And what do you? Sorry, go ahead.
I'll let you, Zymot, go take the lead on that one.
I'm not person. No, he's your homeboy. You tipped him extra. Go ahead, Cyrus. You're the speaker.
I don't know if
You
I
need-
can ask him to come along. I cannot. I need practice. I do not think I want to ask him. I don't think I could do that in good faith after some of the events. Yeah, I've been meaning to ask you about that. I kind of pull Zymot off to the side a little bit, like, what the hell happened back there, bud? In the cave with old Maud.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we were kind of in sort of negotiation discussion, and you went full crazy. You went like you impaled her like with no restraint, some kind of like cleanse the earth kind of thing. I'm a concerned friend.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, friend, but I really don't think there was much of a discussion to be had. I mean, she was slaughtering townfolk simply to feed herself. Like, it's crazy. Who does that? We can't simply let someone like that live. Plus, the treasure wasn't even hers to give, right? It was finders keepers, and we were able to find it anyway. So I didn't want to risk the chance of her essentially escaping and being able to terrorize people in the future. I don't think it was fair to anyone. All things considered, I mean, there were so many bones, right? Bones everywhere. It was crazy.
That is true. There were a lot of bones.
I mean, if you think it was too much, then I will refrain in the future. But
no, I think it caught. Well, it at least caught me off guard. I guess I can't speak for the rest of the party. It definitely caught me off guard, and it was like I didn't know if there's anything, that you wanted to tell us or anything we should know about. Maybe that you've encountered or dealt with before. You seemed pretty. It just seemed like a sudden shift for you, is all.
Oh, my family was slaughtered by witches when I was younger, so I am terrified by them.
Cyrus stands there in very awkward, tense silence.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm just gonna assume Bob the baker's been here and like has brought in some fresh, potchkis filled with like red jam. It's kind of like bloody looking, and I'm gonna walk up and offer one to each of them. And be like, hey guys, you want some?
No, I'm just messing with you. No, it's fine. I just don't like witches. I think that the fact that she was terrorizing the folk was just unfair. But I'll check with you guys in the future. I promise. You have my word, friend. I'll keep it. I'll keep the slaughter down to a minimum, at least on purpose.
All right, yeah. As long as we're on all on the same page on that, yeah, we're good then. Yeah, we're good. All right, yeah. I guess I'll go talk to Ronaldo.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll go up
now
to
you feel
Ronaldo's-
better about talking to Ronaldo. When I was on my way, go ahead.
Oh,
let
were you
the
on your
couple-
way? I thought we were still arguing about it. I didn't realize. Oh, yeah, man, knock yourself out then.
All right.
This reminds me of a contract I did in O-Town. People argued and they questioned me, and then we went on the adventure, and everyone survived, and it was great. It was
They definitely didn't
I'm
end up like
sure.
Maud. All right. So you've
for the record, half of my killing comes from Tomax. Okay, I'm not a ruthless killer. I am a pacifist deep down inside.
So if half your killing comes from him, where's the other half come from?
Well, my glaive, of
Sebastian.
course.
all
I
right.
mean, you use your hands. The glaive's got a mind of its own. It's really, you want to hold it for a little bit? It talks to me sometimes.
Reaches through the fourth wall. Wait, when did we get magical weapons?
I'm lying through my teeth.
All right. Okay. So who's going to check on Ronaldo? It's going to be Zymat.
Yeah, Zymot's
All
going
right.
to.
His door is closed when you
Yeah,
get
that's
down the hall to
fine.
his room. Yeah.
I'm gonna go down to the bar.
Okay.
Morning, barkeep. How are you doing today, friend? Were you able to rest the rest of the evening?
Oh gosh, what's his name? Where is it?
Yeah, I think it was a B.
yep.
I thought it was with a B. Bargo.
Bardaban.
Bardaban. There you go.
Old man Bardaban. Oh yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. It's a long night, but I see you've rested well.
Yes. It was very, very comfortable. I really appreciate that, friend. You are absolutely amazing.
Well, I appreciate you guys taking Ronaldo off my hands for a few days, because if I had to hear his song one more damn time, I lost it.
Speaking of which, what may I have a cup of his favorite drink, please? I am going to work
sure.
on potentially taking him off of your hands permanently.
Sure. He goes in the back and brings out a cup of hot bean water and hands it over to you.
Go ahead and make that too. Sorry.
Sure thing. Goes and grabs another one, brings it out.
All right. How much is that again?
Cheap. Super cheap. Couple silver or something.
Okay. I guess I'll give him 2 silver then. 1 for the drinks and 1 for him.
Sure.
Roughly the cost of 1 potion of invisibility.
Oh, you still have that, don't you?
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll grab it and head up to Ronaldo's room.
Okay. Yeah, his door is shut.
I'll go ahead and knock.
You hear some footsteps very quietly walk up to the door, cracks open. Oh, Vimot. Hello. Good morning. I think it's morning. Maybe it's not. What can I do for you?
Good morning, Ronaldo. May I come in? I brought you some bean water.
Sir, I guess you can come in. And he opens the door more and allows you to enter.
Sweet. What is he? He's a halfling, right?
He is a halfling.
Okay. Well, I won't do the whole bend down, talk to your kid thing. Is there a chair I can sit at?
Sure. Yeah, there's a chair in the room. There's his bed.
All right, cool. I'll go ahead and sit down, and I'll hand him over the cup. I'll be like, here you go. I believe, what is it? Bargo? Was it?
Bardaban.
Bardaban. I believe Bardaban said this was your preferred drink in the morning.
Yes, he knows me. He knows me very, very well, and he takes it and takes a sip of it. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, what brings you to my room?
Well, we're a bit of a time crunch, so I won't delay or spend too much of your time, friend. But I wanted to commend you. I think you did an absolutely amazing job going on the adventure with us. And I hope you found some inspiration for future songs, maybe even making some modifications to your current greatest hits.
Greatest hit, singular. Yes. I found some. How did you put it? Inspiration. Yes, we can go with that. Yeah, you could say that.
Well,
You can tell that he's like, you don't even need an insight check here. Like, you can tell that he's very uneasy.
fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I wanted to show you the fact that not everything we do is as violent as that is. Though I got to once again say I commend you on how valiant you were. As you know, Cyrus is the speaker of Good Mead, and we are intending to go back. We're going to rebuild the town as it has seen some rougher times throughout this, as many of the 10 towns have. And I think our party would benefit from having someone that could inspire the people, such as you. And not only could also, make a ballad about us that could help spread the word and encourage the people of 10 towns to unite together to fend through these dark times. So I would like to extend an invitation to you to journey with us, strictly an administrative role, my friend.
Well, I appreciate it, but I just don't think the adventuring type is for me. If I'm being perfectly honest, that scared the shit out of me, and I just don't think that's gonna be for me. I think I'm perfectly happy here, with my fiddle and performing for other people here in East Haven.
Okay, fair enough. I understand that. Let me specify a little bit more, if you will. You do not have to go adventuring with us any longer, but once again, I do value your talent. If you would like to come with us and potentially move your show over to Good Mead and perform at the inns and bars there, and taverns, I think that would be extremely beneficial. And should you do the occasional messenger administrative duty for us, because we are hoping to enterprise as well, there may be a decent penance there for you as well, if you will. Pittance.
Make me a persuasion check.
Sure, I'm pretty bad about that.
A persuasion check.
Ooh, 17.
Man. Okay. Well, if I don't have to go out on excursions with you guys, I think I could do that. Is the taverns in Goodmead pretty generous, if you will?
I mean, they're easily drunk with the best mead in the 10 towns, so I think it's got to be a leg up from here.
And do they like music?
Of course, who doesn't? And if not, you will inspire them. You have a way about you, my friend.
Well, I guess I could do that. Let me get my things in order. And I can't leave today because I gotta wrap up some business with Bartaban. But I'll make my way to Goodmead in a few days and set up shop there.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well then, on to the start of a great partnership, my friend. Be well, and we shall see you again in hopefully warmer times.
You as well. Thanks, Simon.
And I rub his head like a little kid. You're gonna be all right, friend. And I'll walk
Mess
off.
up his halfling hair.
Yeah.
He blushes a little bit, smiles, and then takes a sip of his coffee.
I'll head back over to our room. I'll be like, so we are going to have a seance.
A seance in Goodmead. Okay. What are you guys gonna do with the cauldron?
Take it with us.
Okay.
What did Goodmead sacrifice again? Warmth, right?
Goodmead sacrifices. East Haven was humanoid. Goodmead is, I believe it is warmth.
Well, shoot, Cyrus. What are we gonna sacrifice now, Cyrus?
It is warmth.
That is true. That is my decision. It is. This is a dictatorship, not a bureau. A democracy of any sorts.
What are the options for sacrificing?
Humanoid, food, or warmth.
Boom!
Yeah, we just sacrificed food. Yeah, we good.
Boom! Yes, pound it.
Gigroth's
Thank
gotcha.
you, Gigrath. Thank you, Gigrath. That's right. Pearl
Sorry,
and
there was a
powder.
delay.
I summoned Tomax to pound it.
He's like, dude, this is just a little sad.
Okay, so you guys are now going to make your way to the East Haven town hall, I guess, is where it would be.
Yes. Yes.
All
Does
right.
anyone remember the last name of the informant dude?
So there is the of the speaker or the militia captain.
No, the dude that we scared pissless.
The dude.
That we only got his last name, right?
Radar
We only got his
or-
family name.
Oh yeah, Rardar Marsk.
All right. I think it's safe to pass that. Well, yeah, I think it's safe to pass that off to the captain and let her know to keep an eye on the dude or maybe pick him up. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out now. I guess if someone tries to rob us, then we know it was on the captain's side, right?
Okay.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just pack up our stuff and slowly make our way to the town hall.
Okay. Yeah, you make it there. Doors open. You come into that same room where there is there's like the reception desk. There's the door to the south. This is probably going to be messed up, but yep, it is. Just as a refresher here. There's the East Haven Town Hall. There's that first room there on the left-hand side on that first floor. The door all the way to the south. But you enter in and you can see Prudence Tarkwold, who is the receptionist there, the clerk, if you will.
Hello, Prudence. It is good to see you again.
Ah, hello, welcome. You're back.
Yes, yes. The winds were in our favor this day. Is the captain and the speaker in?
Yes, they are in. Let me go get them. And Prudence stands up, follows along the hallway, and after a few minutes, comes back and says, "You know the way, correct? You can just head on back to their room, and they'll meet you there in the office."
Excellent, excellent.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Cyrus, I believe they are in. If you would like to take point, please.
Cyrus is already, like he's pulled out like a robe of sorts, and he's already like taking the lead of this. Just a little too proud of being the fact that he's the speaker. Like it's definitely going a little bit to his head.
I'll open the door for you. Right this way, sir.
Thank
Okay.
you, Zaimat.
So you walk through that first room. If you remember correctly, that first room in the middle there is the administrative office. There's rows of desks, filing cabinets, a few overstuffed lounge chairs set aside, and then the next room is where there's that big figurehead, that big boat figurehead. Cyrus, you can see the image of the White Lady just clear as day as you saw before. We're tied up to the boat of this massive metallic figurehead. I need Akuma, Zaimat, and Gigroth to each make me a perception check.
17.
9.
Akuma, you see it as well.
I'm
Man,
just gonna like glance around at the rest of the group, see if there are any reactions.
Okay.
Do Cyrus and I like make eye contact?
That's up to you guys. If Cyrus is going to give a reaction to this at all, or...
Yeah, so it's just like the
It's like
it's
this
like the
this ghostly figure of you know that it's the White Lady from seeing the White Lady in the seances, and knowing the story and her description. Yes, it is her, lashed to the figurehead with rope, and dripping wet. Her hair is long white and hangs over her face, obscuring it.
Like, it appears to actually be the ghost?
It almost looks corporeal to you.
Okay.
Like it's
If
like
that's
it's
the case,
like it's physically there. But Zymot and Gigroth don't see it. But once you notice it, I don't know if it's something about the light in this room, but once it catches your vision, you can't unsee it.
I'm gonna kind of like walk over and sort of inspect it a little bit more.
I'm gonna follow him after seeing that he sees this as well, and I'm not just like crazy.
Okay.
And Gigroth's just gonna nudge Simon.
Man, they really like that statue. I mean, I get it. The sculpture on it is fantastic, but I mean, we got stuff to do.
Like, guys, let's focus.
Make me a Akuma and Cyrus. Make me a history check.
Meh. 8.
17.
Okay. You don't learn or know anything about this, but Cyrus, you can guess, or you gain a little bit about the figurehead. It's big. It weighs about 1,000 pounds. That's what you can kind of figure out from walking and looking around and inspecting this with your check. That's it.
Okay. If I like try and reach out, can I like does my hand pass through the ghost or my perceived ghost?
So you're gonna try and reach out to this ghost?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. As you reach out, her head lifts up and you see this horrifying, haunting face, like gnarled teeth, bright white eyes that lets out a shriek. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Lovely.
Is this like specifically aimed at him?
Yes.
Just curiosity, is this this is not charm, right? This is like something else?
Correct. This is
Okay.
being frightened.
Okay. Of course. I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Well, you are now frightened for 1 minute. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls from this ghost, and you cannot willingly move closer. You also visibly age by 30 years. So
Holy snickies!
So everyone in the party can see your face start to the skin on your face start to wrinkle up. I don't know. You describe to me what happens as you age.
So is this like a permanent thing?
We'll see.
Okay, the reason I ask is because elves kind of like their lifespans are a lot longer, like hundreds of years. So 30 years might not actually be that.
You get
that
like
much.
1 extra wrinkle on your forehead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only like on like really close inspection do you notice it. Like it's sort of like going from being like 25 to 28. Like you don't really notice like a huge difference. It's there, but it's not huge. It's like super noticeable.
Okay.
Yeah, so Cyrus is like he is noticeably frightened. He, kind of like sort of like steps back a little bit, gasps like what is this?
And at that moment, Zymot and Gigroth can see the white lady. And she is no longer tied to the statue. those ropes that were tying her dissipate, and you see her float up in the air. And I need initiative rolls from everyone.
But
It's
but
unexpected.
we were cool just last night. We were
I rolled
homies.
Ronaldo, what the? I was like, Ronaldo, are you here? I got a 13.
6.
Oh, cool. I have a 20. I get to be scared faster.
What was yours, Akuma?
3.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, so Cyrus, you're up first.
Okay. So with the like sort of the debuffs you mentioned about being frightened,
Mm-hmm.
does that affect everything I do for the minute, or is it only the things that interact with her?
Anything that interacts with her, you have disadvantage on. Ability checks and attack rolls.
Ability checks and attack rolls. Ooh.
Mhm.
What
And you-
about if I cast a spell and she makes a saving throw?
No, she will not have advantage against you.
Okay, that is good to know. I am going to like back. Cyrus is terrified. He's gonna like immediately all like the swagger and the strut he's strolled in with, feeling like the the cock of the walk, being the speaker. He is all gone, and he's now just like being a total coward. He's just gonna like hide behind Zyma and Gigroth, and he's gonna cast Fairy Fire on
Ooh.
the this is a new spell from my level up, on the our new spectral maiden. She must make a dexterity saving throw and beat a 14.
She's fairly dexterous. A 14 is the number?
Yes.
She does not.
Nice. So now so basically she is outlined in a violet light, and it sort of like sheds out a dim light in a 10-foot radius, and any attack roll against her, as long as the attacker can see it, has advantage.
Okay. That's very, very good here. Okay. And so everyone has advantage. And she can't go invisible or anything like that. You're always going to see her. Okay.
Yeah, I believe if she goes invisible, the advantage is removed. It's just she doesn't gain the benefits of being invisible. I could be wrong on that. That's
Okay.
sort of, but that's the impression I get.
All right. Gigroth, you are up.
Okay. I'll just blatantly ask her like, "Hey, what's going on? Why you pissed?"
Oh, she just hisses. Just lets out a shriek and a hiss.
Don't negotiate, fucking stab her.
The-
That's me giving
like,
inspiration.
Your girl's just gonna hiss back. Because she's a ghost, and I don't have anything magical to fight against a ghost. So do I is there any way for me to perceive if like something's tying her down to that figurehead?
So when Akuma and Cyrus saw her, it looked like she was physically tied to it, but she is not. Those ropes have dissipated, and she actually has floated up and risen up, and like hovering now. So there is nothing tying her like physically to the statue.
Or I meant more like in a spiritual way, like if we attack the figurehead, maybe she might dissipate.
Gotcha. Yeah, make me a let's see here. Make me a intelligence check. If you want to use Arcana, you can. If you want to use History, you can. If there's another skill that you want to use intelligence with, maybe.
Nope. Gigroth is just, he has plain intelligence. Straight up 10 intelligence. He is not above average.
Okay, so make me that intelligence roll.
13.
You believe that she is not tied to the figurehead at all. Like, it's not, you don't learn anything more about the figurehead, but you can tell that there's no sort of like spiritual, ethereal connection between her and the figurehead.
Okay. I'm gonna try and swing at her, see if maybe that does anything.
Yeah.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 is going to hit.
All right.
You do have advantage.
Yeah, because she has Fairy Fire. So you can roll again to see if you get a crit.
Okay. Nope. 7. So
All right.
that 14.
You still hit her, though.
Go for that. I do 9 damage.
9 damage. All right. So she takes not all of that. You can tell that there's something magical about her that's reducing the amount of damage that your weapon is doing.
Okay. In that case, for my bonus action, I will go into... Nah, I'm just going to go ahead and just try to attack again.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit.
All right. And I do 6 damage.
Okay. All right. It is her turn. Having just taken some damage, her gaze turns to you, Gigroth, and she reaches out with her hand and tries to place it upon your chest. Ooh, does a 22 hit you?
I mean, if you want it to hit me, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to let it hit me.
All right. So you can feel this like necrotic magic pulse through your chest, and you are going to take 6, 7, 11, 16, Jesus. 19 points of necrotic damage.
All right.
And your chest just like withers. Like, I assume because you have natural frost resistance, like your armor is pretty barren, like you have some exposed areas of skin.
Right. What do
so
I have
so that you can see visibly wither.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because I'm wearing scale mail.
All right. Zymot, you are up.
Alright, I'm going to yell at her. I don't understand why. It is us from last night. We helped each other. I even asked how we could free you. Why are you attacking us? Leave Gigaroth alone. And special action, move Tomax to flank her. Or actually, yeah, because we're big, so we can't take each other. To flank her. And then natural 20 for a 25.
Ooh, that is going to hit. Yeah, so let's get... so roll double the amount of dice for your damage.
15 points of slashing damage, non-magical.
Okay, so she's going to take half of that.
And then bonus action, Polearm Master. He's going to flip and whack her with the backside of the other blade, the other side of the glaive for a 16 to hit.
Okay, that is going to hit.
Okay, and that is 5 points of non-magical damage.
All right. Okay.
And then I will position myself once again in between Cyrus and Akuma and her.
Okay,
so leave Tomax in place.
So Akuma, you are up. Where in the room is everyone? So I assume up next to the statue is where Cyrus and Gigroth are, as they tried to touch her. Tomax is there as well. Zymot, where are you? Did you attack her?
No, Tomax
did. Okay, so you are somewhere else in the room. You can be wherever, whether it's going to the speaker's door, to the north, if it's to the south where you just came in. You could basically be anywhere else in the room that you would like.
I'd like to position myself. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead. Cyrus, where did you finish your turn at?
I had positioned myself behind Gigroth.
Oh, okay.
So
Akuma, where are you at?
So Gigroth and her are locked into combat right near the statue. And Akuma, you can basically be anywhere in the room you would like as well.
Well, to be fair, I did say after seeing Cyrus like take notice and start walking towards the white lady, I followed him over there, so
Okay.
I'm somewhere in the vicinity of that.
Okay.
Okay, I guess then I will just position myself. I guess I'll just position myself 15 feet away from her, closer to Akuma.
Okay. Akuma, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Trying to. So I have a new spell as well, Chaos Bolt. I'm trying to figure out how this thing works. Okay, so that's how that works. So I'm going to cast it at 2nd level, and I have advantage, correct?
Correct.
All right, good thing, because that's a 10 on the first one. And then it's a 20, a nat 20 on the second one, so a 26.
That is, yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
And that's all of the damage dice I get to roll double on?
Yes, all of the damage dice you get to roll double on.
So it's going to be 4d8 and 4d6?
Holy shit.
Oh, jeez.
Ugh.
Let's see.
There's a weird thing about that spell too, isn't it? Where you like pick one of the d8s and that's its damage type or something like that.
Yeah, so you have choose one of the d8s and it determines the attack's damage type. So roll 4d8s and we get a total of, really that's like pretty poor rolls, only 10 damage from 4d8s.
That is pretty bad.
Yeah,
So we have
that's-
2 1s, 4, so 1, 2, 4, and 3 we could pick from on this elemental chart, which is going to be acid, cold, fire, or force. What do you guys think we should use?
Force.
Wilhelm this bitch.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll use force, and then I'm going to roll my 4d6 for that type of elemental damage.
So is the first amount of damage force as well?
Let's double check that. You hurl an undulating, warbling mass of chaotic energy at one creature in range. Make a ranged spell attack. On a hit, target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the
Sounds like
the
it.
number you rolled on that determines the attack's damage type as shown below.
Yep, sounds like it.
So 24 points of force damage.
Total?
Killing it.
Yep. I hit 14 off of the 4d6.
She takes all of that but is still alive.
And can I walk away without prompting an opportunity attack?
Yeah, because you are not directly in front of her.
All right, I'm gonna back up towards Zymot then, and try to use him as a human shield.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. All right. At that moment, from the office, Daneth Whalen, Speaker Daneth Whalen, and militia leader Captain Imdra Argalath come storming in from that doorway, and Prudence from the front comes storming in from that door. What is going on? Oh my gosh! And they see this scene, you guys locked in battle. Prudence immediately bolts out, slams the door shut, and hides in that room. Captain Arlagath jumps in front of the speaker, turns and says, "Get back in the office." And then Captain Arlagath runs forward and is going to make an attack as well.
Nice.
So
let's
this
do it.
is going to be with... I'm going to bring up her stats. She has a long sword. She is going to make an attack with that. That is a miss, and makes a second attack that is also going to miss. So you see these long sword attacks, Captain Arlagath running right up, goes through it, and then comes back down and goes through her again, doing no damage. And we are at the top with Cyrus.
Cyrus is still very is shaken. He is like shaking, kind of jittering. you know, crouched behind Gigroth, he's gonna kind of like poke his head out and just sort of like shout a vicious mockery at the ghost. Is like, maybe you wouldn't be so scared if you put some lotion on that ashy skin. And then it just pops his head back down. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. 5 + 1.
She fails. She has disadvantage on her next attack roll and takes 1 psychic damage.
Okay. It was just 1 psychic damage?
Yeah.
Well, she does not die. You did the only number of damage that you could do that would not kill her. All right.
Well, thanks for telling me that, because then I still can do something with my bonus action. No, I can't.
Yeah,
I don't
buddy.
think I have it.
No, Gigroth, you're up.
All right. So, looking at this ghost, I see. Does she look like she's dying? Does she look like she's almost about to hit the floor?
I mean, you can tell she's taken a bunch of damage, but she was already looking pretty rough, like this just ghostly, sickly figure. Once her hair was out of the way, so there's really no discernible difference
Gotcha.
between her damaged state and full health state.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Gigroth's just gonna go ahead and go for that attack.
Hmm?
Do I still have advantage
You
on
do.
attacks?
Fairy Fire is still
Awesome.
active.
Awesome sauce. Okay. First one. Okay. Does a 23 hit?
Oh yeah.
That's right. Just want to say it.
All right. So
Oh, come on. So the first one is 4 damage.
that is enough to kill her. So this is with your Warhammer, or this is with hand axe?
I've got my 2 hand axe
Okay.
equipped for right now.
So you come in, big swipe with your hand axe. As soon as it connects in the middle of her, she lets out this very loud, shrill shriek. And you can see as she leans her head back and her hair starts flowing outwards, she shrieks. And then a bright light, a bright blue light expands from where you hit her and explodes into brilliance, and she is gone.
Not
Did
so
we
scared
get
now,
her?
are you?
Cyrus
Like,
is still too scared to poke his head out behind Gigroth.
And I'm like, I got you, buddy. I got you. And I'm like trying to like pat him on the back or whatever. Just, I got you, bro. She's out of here.
But instead, you
She's
just
gonna
like
hurt-
slap me in the face because you're not looking.
Yeah,
and,
just
and
like,
you just knock me over. Boom.
That wrinkle on your forehead, Cyrus, is still there.
No. All right, guys, we have a new task.
You look so wise. You look like a speaker, Cyrus. You're distinguished.
Captain, are you okay?
Yeah, I am. What was that?
Apparently, that was the lady in white. Yes? No?
yeah, from
We were hoping you would know.
That's what my instinct was based on the stories that I've heard, but she's never been here before.
This is insane.
Is this your doing, bringing her with you?
no. Don't be putting shit on us.
She was
See,
here
she-
when we got here. Frankly, it seems like she was already squatting, as Cyrus is like picking himself up and standing up and dusting himself off.
Could have been the
From
same.
what it looked like, she came from that statue you got there.
She was attached to the statue?
Yeah,
I have
she looked like she was
never-
tied up in a rope, like at the mast of the ship.
I have never seen her there before.
Whoop, she was here today.
I look over at
Did she have
Akuma
an
like, you
appointment?
saw her too, right? Like, you saw that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
hopefully
You, like,
she doesn't return.
I mean, I'm no expert on ghosts, but, I've seen some plays with ghosts, plot lines in them, ghost hunters, ghost busters. Generally, if you kill a ghost, it's like puts it to rest, right? But I don't know.
But Captain, what do you think she was doing here?
I haven't the foggiest. You said she was tied to the statue here?
Yes.
Yeah, the demon head looking statue. It's a shock that there was an evil spirit attached to it.
Who
Hmm.
would have guessed?
I really don't know. And
How
and-
long?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna ask a quick question. How long have you had that here?
Ooh, good question.
She told us who brought it here. I do remember that much.
Yeah, it was a band of adventurers. Raised this figurehead out of a few months ago. It was a few months ago. I mean, we've
Were
had
those
this
the
here
ones
for
that-
a few months.
Was that the group of adventurers that happened to be killed by the wizard who was burning at the stake when we came into town?
No.
Well then,
Could-
shall we continue on to the day's work?
I
Real quick, I'm gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, like, you know exactly where they got it?
The group of adventurers used a telekinesis spell to raise it out from Loch Dinishir. Brought it here hoping for a reward, but I mean, we gave them a little bit. We don't. Waylon, Daneth didn't really know what else to do with it other than store it here out of the public eye.
Well, we'll see what we can do. If we can manage something, but it's going to take a little bit of research for us to find out, as we're not exactly experienced in dealing with the undead
Neither am I.
or the supernatural.
Neither am I. So, well, hopefully she doesn't return. Sorry, it's good to see all of you. Hopefully you bring good news with you. Please, let's go back to and speak with Daneth. And she will lead you back into that room, into the speaker's office. There's tapestries and painted landscapes on the room. Large tables surrounded by high-backed wooden chairs. There's the one with carvings that Daneth is sitting in. And Daneth says, "Is there the problem's solved? Is there anything?"
Kid,
I
when you
took
get to
care of
my
it.
age, you learn that no problem is ever truly solved. Cyrus like pulls out a pack of smokes and he just lights one up in the office. Just pensively stares out the window.
Where's your cauldron? Is it like tied up? Is it outside with your sleds and everything?
I assume that's where
Yes,
it's at. Is like
yeah,
just
it's
tied
in
to the
this.
cauldron.
It's covered in the sled, hidden by like gear and stuff.
Okay. All right. Dance. Well, please have a seat. I hope you have good news.
About that.
No.
The sailors are dead.
Damn it.
They were dead when we got there.
And what was the cause of their deaths?
Well, we
Death by
didn't
soup.
see the death occurs, but to the best of our understanding, they were killed by an old hag witch creature who was residing in the caverns, and well, she is disposed of. She is no longer.
Well, a deal is that is terrible news, but a deal's a deal. And then Arlagath speaks up and says, well, you have your choice. As promised, whatever vessel you took is yours. You can leave it in the harbor here in East Haven for your use. You can take it with you if you can find transport. And then, as promised, a spell scroll of fireball or a bag of tricks, both of which belonged to the red wizard who we burned at the stake some days ago. Which would you choose?
I'm just gonna pull up what the bag of tricks does.
I like the bag of tricks. It's a random animal. You get 6 charges per day, I think.
But fireballs.
That is true. Fireball is like
But
insane.
fireballs.
But aminals, Gigroth and aminals.
So wait, okay.
All right, so definitely not picking Bag of Tricks. Sold.
No.
Hold on. I think it seems like there's maybe you know, kind of
What
oh my
color
God.
is this Bag of Tricks?
What color? I gotta bring this up as well. Bag of tricks.
Because there's gray rust. And
I say that we since it seems like
It's
there
a
are two
it's a
different party
it's a
members
gray
that could
bag
really
of tricks.
since there are two different party members each that could benefit really from one or the other, I say we either do some kind of like contest to like see who gets to pick it, or we just like flip a coin. Rock, paper, scissors. Get in there, Gigroth. Ooh, how about each of you messages Nick your first like either rock, paper, or scissors, and then whoever wins that.
Can we do a contested roll? Would that?
Yeah,
just be
yeah. You
clear?
guys, yeah, you guys can
Okay, yeah, that's
just
yeah,
do a
it's more
contested
D&D.
roll.
What do you want?
This will be okay. So this is going to be a wisdom contested roll because you're like you're like trying to get inside the other person's head. Oh, I think you're like trying to level up. You know, like I think they're gonna throw rock. I think they're gonna throw whatever. So this is going to be a wisdom contested roll.
This is
All right.
perfect because your guys' wisdom stats are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I think that Gigroth rolled a 7 and I rolled a 16. So
You're using your important rolls on.
Stupid shit.
Awesome.
There's gonna be like a death saving throw later, and you're gonna be like, "Sorry guys, I'm out."
I love it.
yep. So I'll one fireball, good sir.
All right, you now are the proud owners of a spell scroll of Fireball.
I'm gonna ask her how much do you want for that bag of tricks?
Oh, gray bag of
Nice.
tricks. It is an,
Silly Gigroth, tricks are for kids.
Well, I'm just a big kid.
Everyone
much-
stares awkwardly at Akuma, like, "What does that mean?" Is that a reference or something?
While he's doing that, Akuma, do you still have, or was it Akuma or Cyrus that picked up like random trinkets from the fishermen so we can identify them or give them to the family? I thought one of you guys did that. Am I mistaken?
I did.
I
yeah.
think, yeah, maybe that was. I thought maybe I did, but maybe it was Akuma.
Do you, one of you guys
Identifying.
want to give that to the seeker?
Yeah, sure. I'll hand him over since I'm the speaker, and that whole shebang.
Oh, okay. You self-important.
Fine, fine. I figured you were too busy playing with your fireballs over there. I thought maybe you'd want some time for that, but
So Gigroth, you
do as
ask
you do.
you ask how much for the bag of tricks.
Yeah, like what can I do for you to give me that bag of tricks?
Daneth and Arlagath kind of look at each other, and I mean, we're not really magically inclined, so don't know the full value. Is 400 gold sound fair?
So this is where Cyrus steps in. Cyrus is like, "Well, we'd love to, but unfortunately, we're not even really sure what it does, and frankly, we're a little strapped for coin as it is. We've been doing a lot of adventuring, and like the trip to the Cauldron Caves, we had to spend money on supplies. We're a little strapped for coin. Do you think?
What did you call those caves?
Weren't they called the Cauldron Caves or whatever?
The Cauldron Caves. Why would they be called? Was there something else there?
I mean, I'm just going off of what this map I found, out in the lobby when I got my file on 10 towns. They called them the Cauldron Caves, so I assumed that there was some tie there. I'm not really sure.
Well,
There was a frost giant skeleton.
really?
Yeah. And
Okay.
And that witch, that surprise witch.
And you guys didn't. There was nothing else you guys found or came across anything. I mean, We'd be happy to trade. Something for this bag of tricks.
Nope,
Hmm.
I mean, I came across a dire wolf and I skinned its hide. I don't know if maybe you would want to trade with that. And I've also got a brown bear fur as well.
I mean, animal
yeah, I
pelts
think
are
Very impressive.
a dime a dozen here, not for a magic item.
Hmm. Well,
Oh, look at the time. We really gotta
yeah.
get going.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that today, but hey, maybe we can stop by next time we're in East Haven, see about performing a transaction there.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you guys for your service. This town owes a great debt to you. While the news is unfortunate, um, we're glad the problem has been taken care of.
Well, hopefully you will keep us in mind should we decide that we encourage enterprising between towns and hopefully bring the 10 towns to the light from this dark times.
As soon as the East Haven ferry can get back up and running, our we would be happy to do some business with Goodmead.
Cyrus, do you want to go ahead and mention the bit of information that we found after the seance?
You're gonna have to remind me which bit of information was that?
The informant
Oh yes.
with those people?
So we don't have any names yet, but we did get confirmation that there are indeed Xantarum spies dispersed among 10 towns.
Yes,
I'm-
you informed us that last time. Well, at least you suspected. How did
Yeah,
you come
what-
about confirmation of that?
That's a good question. How did we come about confirmation with that Zymat?
The
We were performing a seance with Ronaldo, and one of the participants seemed awkwardly uncomfortable at the mention of this interim. And so, upon further question, we found out that he is in fact feeding information to this interim for a price.
I see.
I think we already told her that.
And do you know the name of this individual? Because that is presumably, if they're still at large, they are feeding information to the Zentarum.
I would encourage, if I may, I would encourage not to tell you how to do your job. This is simply an advice, a bit of suggestion. You're more than welcome to pursue as you wish, but if we can potentially set surveillance on said person to identify any other potential moles in the populace, I think that would benefit both our parties. We do have his family name,
Which is?
Akuma. You're the best note taker. I don't think I don't think I wrote it down.
Are you you promise first that you won't interfere with this man? Only surveillance.
We will only interfere if we have no other option.
His name is Rardar Maersk.
And Daneth gets out a sheet of paper, pulls his quill, and writes it down.
All right, my friends, we will continue to share information between the two of us and attempt to help cleanse this evil and corruption from our towns. Thank you so much for your time. We couldn't thank you enough.
Well, thank you. We will, Cyrus, we'll see you at the speakers meeting, hopefully, coming up in 15 days.
Cyrus is still just staring out the window pensively. Yeah, sure, why not?
And just before I go, I was like, hang on to that bag for me.
It's not going anywhere, Gigroth. That's what Daneth says to you. The deal is a
Alright.
standing deal.
All right.
400 gold and it's yours. Okay.
All right, let's be on our way.
All right. So you head back to you're heading back to Goodmead.
Before we leave, I'd like to stop by like the armor, like an army or like a weapon store, I guess.
So in East Haven. Okay, yeah, East Haven's a fairly big town. It's one of the bigger ones. There is not, let's see here. There would be a place where you could buy like general goods, but what specifically are you looking for?
Just the longsword,
Yeah, you could buy that.
and then I'd sell off my 2 hand axes, and then the dire wolf fur and the brown bear fur, or the pelts.
Okay. So a longsword is 15 gold. You'll get half price for your hand axes. Hand axes are 5 gold each, so you'll get 5 gold total for 2 of them. Your 2 pelts, couple gold each, so that's 9 gold. It would cost you 6 gold to get a longsword.
Cool. Got it.
All right. Back to Goodmead.
And then
Back to Goodmead.
in that time, I'm just gonna equip my longsword and my warhammer.
On the road again.
Ooh, so can you use that? Are they versatile?
Yes.
So you can use your warhammer in one hand and your longsword in the other?
Yes. And because I don't know if and because of the level up, I chose to get dual wielding, which means I can use them as if they were like the hand axes, which means I can attack with one, I can attack with the other
So
as
you
a
got
bonus action.
Two big giant weapons and hurling them around.
Indeedly.
Awesome. Okay. Back to Goodmead. From East Haven, it is a 4.5 hour trek with your dog sleds. It's cut in half, or a little bit right at 2.5 hours. You make it back to Goodmead in the middle of the afternoon. Where would you like to head first?
I should probably go touch base with Alvesa and check up to see if there's anything in Goodmead that needs to be wrapped up or taken care of while I'm here.
Okay.
So presumably, if she's at the meat hall, I'll head there.
Okay.
While you do that, I'll go ahead and gather our rations and supplies for our sleds and whatnot.
Good job, Zymat.
Hey, yo, I'm doing some work here too, man. Come on, share the appreciation.
Okay, so
Max, don't take this the wrong way. I can never tell the difference between you two. Like you two look identical to me.
Fist bump.
Okay, so at the mead hall, there is a couple of people there. There's a buzzing of bees that you're so familiar with. Alavesa is not there.
Do I know where she might be? Like where
You
her house
remember appointing her as your like major domo secretary.
Okay.
So she would be at the speaker's house.
Oh, okay. I
would
guess
be
I'll
at-
go there then.
She would be at your house. Okay.
Oh, okay. So she has like a room there?
Yeah. So like there would be like a front office entryway where like you conduct your business. It's a smaller one, so it's only one room.
Oh, okay.
Where you can meet, but then your living quarters would be like attached behind that.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah, you find Alavesa, and you enter the speaker's house, and Cyrus, everyone, you're back. Excellent. Welcome. How was the trip to East Haven? Did you guys everything okay?
We maybe encountered some slight bumps along the way, but nothing that Cyrus and his compatriots couldn't handle.
Oh, good.
But
And-
I think everything came out pretty well.
She looks behind and sees this. Well, what are you doing with the cauldron? Are you gonna store it here?
This seems like the safest place at the moment.
She's looking around, and what's that with you? And she points towards your package, towards your sleds, or what I assume. As you bringing it in, she says, "What is that?"
Yeah, I assume like Gigaroth is like hauling it in, just like. Oh, I've recently, while in East Haven, I picked up an interest in cooking. So we have a large cauldron. Figured we could maybe perform like a big potluck or something here in Goodmead.
Well,
Nice fun town gathering.
That sounds great. should we let the mead hall know and drop it off there and have them start to prepare some food?
I kind of do we necessarily want to like let them know about the mag? I sort of like say this in like a hushed whisper to the other party members. Do we want to tell them about like the magical properties of this, or should we keep that under wraps?
Just every day, we individually open up the soup kitchen. I know a place where we could hide this.
Oh, what do you have in
Yeah.
mind?
Yeah, let's just take it back to pull up my map here. Caerdinival. They'll never find it at Caerdinival.
Yes.
Isn't that the place with the isn't that the place with the cult? The douchebag leader with the horns?
Whoa, lay off the horns.
Oh, you know, I'm sorry. I stepped over the line there.
I
Might be.
was, you know, okay.
I mean, you guys have very different horns, so I don't think of you as the same at all. You know?
Are you guys whispering or are you guys using message?
We're mumbling.
Okay.
Yeah, we're mumbling this. It's very awkward.
Cyrus
Olivessa
hasn't
like
learned like the wink wink nudge nudge yet for message, so
I mean, I'm picking up supplies, so I'm just bebopping along. Yep, that'd be 2 pounds of grain, please. Yes, thank you. Excellent.
I mean,
And I hope the guys are doing really good.
you didn't think it was awkward at all that like at East Haven they were like as soon as you said cauldron they were like cauldron, what cauldron, like it would be safe at Caerdinival, nobody goes there.
Yeah, except for the the cultists.
Think about how happy like it would make Levistus, like he wouldn't have to feed his people, like he would owe us.
You know, I guess at the moment I can't really say give a rat's ass what Levistus thinks. Yeah, we'll just store it here at the house for now. We'll just store it at the house for now, and we'll decide what to do with it later.
and Olivessa's
fuck-
like following
that
this
guy.
conversation. Oh, okay, yeah, we can store it here.
Yeah, if you put water in there, it makes soup.
Wait, you just fill it with water and it turns into soup?
Well,
Yeah, go ahead,
obviously,
try it.
obviously, if you put water, as a base, like, and then add vegetables and seasonings, then of course it turns into soup.
Roll me a
That's how
I'm
dis-
gonna take my
cauldron works for
water
me.
skin and I'm gonna dump my water skin into the cauldron right now, and I'm gonna start stirring it. Maybe some nice clam chowder comes out.
Are you worried about me?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just gonna like, Kuma, what are you doing? Why are you just throwing water into the cauldron?
Oh man.
Olivessa sees the change magically happen, and
Does it do it even though there's no fire underneath it?
oh yeah,
I was
oh
gonna
yeah,
say that there needs to be a fire.
No,
Oh, so
there
it
does
doesn't
not
even
need
matter?
to
It
be a
doesn't even need the
fire. Oh yeah, Okuma makes this soup, and Olivessa says she's in total shock that just water and it magically turns to stew.
Cyrus mimics her exact reaction, like, "Oh my god, what?
It's fine. we
I
trust
can't
her,
believe
it's
that
fine.
this is happening.
This is insane."
Do you,
Well, this is quite the wow! I can't believe you found this out, Akuma.
she looks at you. Are you doing that, Akuma? This is the cauldron doing this, not you.
Yep. Here. I'm gonna dump it out and I'm gonna hand her the water and let her do it.
Okay, so now on the floor of the meeting room, there's a water skins full, worth of stew on the floor, spilled on the floor, and then you kind of like guide her through the motions, grab her by the hands, and do it. And this is amazing. Do you realize how valuable something like this could be?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
bet
I
your
couldn't
fearless
even
leader Cyrus
imagine.
does, too.
I mean, this could
I couldn't even
feed the
imagine.
whole town forever. Who knows about this? And she immediately switches gears from this is awesome, this is great for our town, to holy shit if the wrong people find out about this. Because she knows about the Zentarum, because you've told about them. We cannot let the Zentarum know about this. Who knows about this?
At the moment, 5 of us. Well, 6 if you count Tomax. Although I don't know if he's really paying attention half the time. He seems to be kind of off doing his own thing.
Olivessa breathes a
And
sigh
I'm
of
just gonna
Yeah, go ahead, Gigroth.
No, I'm just like as all this is going on, I'm just gonna like kind of shimmy over to Akuma and like kind of like, dude, what the
This ends our ends any hunger problems. This there's no need for good meat if this is really how this works. There's no need for trade with good meat. We can be self-sufficient.
Look, there's sort of an issue with that. If if anybody like you mentioned knows about this, then we'll obviously be a target for anybody that wants to take this because having an infinite food supply is insane. So, and on top of that, isolating ourselves from the other towns and trade and any kind of traffic there would I think be overall in the worst direction for good mead. However,
There's so much
perhaps
good that can come from this.
you're right. However, I think it's best if we maybe keep this under wraps and sort of try to maybe serve this out as like keep it at the good meat hall and like every member of the town can get like one free bowl a day or maybe not even a free bowl, maybe a free bowl or an extremely cheap bowl. I don't know, something like that. But it's not like we're just gonna, make an infinite amount of soup. We're just gonna like sort of be like, hey, we're serving soup now for, people that need it, sort of thing.
And you don't think that will bring suspicion from other towns or from the people of Goodmead?
I mean,
if we're worried about bringing attention to good meat, I know where we can hide this.
yeah, right here in the back of, in my attic in my new house.
Well, I don't. I mean, this could just. You make some very excellent points. And as the speaker of Goodmead, what you say will go. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand the points that you're making.
I do respect your opinion, Alavesa, so you're welcome to speak freely.
Well, so So we'll house it here for the time being, and when you're ready to serve the meals or come up with a exact plan, we can do that.
That sounds good.
Olivessa says that. Olivessa also says, I have some business or there were some things that happened while you were gone in those few days that you were gone.
Well, what happened?
Well, one, just the other night, just a night ago, as I was leaving here back to my house near the Shrine of the Flaming Sword, I noticed that there were a couple of individuals who I had not seen before following me. Luckily, it's a short distance, and I was able to make it to my house and lock up very quickly. But they, yes, I was followed.
That must have been terrifying. Were you able to ascertain any details about them or get anything about them? Or?
Only that they were unfamiliar. They were armed. They were armed with crossbows and various melee weapons, but I wasn't in cold weather gear. I was unable to get faces.
Do you see where they went after you made it to your home?
I did not. I locked up, closed my doors, make sure that everything was closed. Tried to keep an eye on them as much as possible, and then they, left to the middle of town.
Perhaps we can do a stakeout and see if they're there. You said this was last night?
Yes, this was last night.
All right. There's a chance that they'll do it again. We can't allow that to happen. Maybe we can plan like a stakeout or do something to try and catch them in the night.
Yes, that would be That would be awesome. Or if by chance, maybe tonight, you could escort me to my home.
Well,
Yeah,
if they followed you last night, they'd follow you tonight. We probably shouldn't tip our hand, right?
Not that I want to put you in harm's way, but he does make a point. We would be certain to make sure nothing would happen to you, but they would be more likely to show themselves if they assumed that you were still like a target.
Yeah, I can understand that as well.
But what if they're targeting Cyrus as well? Perhaps then maybe Cyrus being the one escorting her would still draw them out. Yeah, okay. We'll discuss it more with Zymot and Gigroth.
Yeah, Gigroth, head of security.
That is true. Yeah,
Yep.
Gigroth, what's your plan, bud?
So my plan would be to set up individuals at certain points to where they won't be seen and they'd be undercover. That way we have people like on top of buildings giving us surveillance from the top, and we'll have other people stationed at exit points of good meat. That way, if anyone tries to escape, they'll be met with our militia. As for us, we'll be hiding in the back, like behind you, to see if anything happens to you. Can engage in combat, but we'll have you walk home alone. But we'll be right near to intercept any individual.
Yeah, sounds pretty good to me.
Okay.
And then everyone's like, "How the fuck did you actually know how to do that, Gigroth?"
We smash followers. No, he actually comes up with a plan. Okay. That sounds fantastic. A couple other orders of business. Veta Starsprit, who was Gigroth,
Yeah.
she left. She came to the speaker's house here looking for you. Said there was a message from someone in Caer Dineval, or in Caer Konig, that she was going to meet.
And how long ago did she leave?
Shortly after Cyrus and you returned and then left for East Haven. She went alone, said that she was being called there by someone else.
And you said she
give you
left
a
to where
name?
again?
To Caer Konig.
And did she mention the name of who was calling her?
She did not.
What do you think, Gigroth? You want to go track her down?
Yes, I would like to track her down. But let's see if we can't intercept these guys who are following our sub speak.
Of course.
And
of course.
afterwards, if you all would like to take up this lead to go find this woman, I would greatly appreciate it.
You have my support, Gigroth.
Cyrus just kind of like squints over at Akuma, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm sure he does."
And then one final order of business. This came, and she holds up a letter, and on it you can see a wax stamped seal of a sun.
A sun?
A symbol of a sun. And she hands it over to you, Cyrus.
All right, I'll open it right now.
Okay. And yes, you open it up, and it says it is a letter from, where is her name? Mishan, the priest of the House of the Morning Lord.
Did she cure me of my exhaustion?
She did. This is her. She says,
Oh.
The House of the Morning Lord is in dire need of your services. Copper Knobberknocker has been for several days.
Cyrus is reading this letter silently, and he just giggles like out loud at Copper Knobberknocker.
Copper Knobberknocker has been, for lack of better terms, freaking out about his companion, who he has been working with. It has been several days since contact, and we request your services. And then it also explains that if you remember our deal, the discount that the House of the Morning Lord performed your curse curing with, and your services are now requested in return for that service that they offered.
Cyrus just sighs. No good deed goes unpunished. Which doesn't really apply to him, but, you know, he thinks that it does. All right. Well, let's go meet up with Zyma. We have a lot to cover. He's probably done with securing supplies. So, yeah, let's go do that.
Okay.
So,
Hello,
we meet up with...
friends.
Yeah.
It's good to see you guys. I got everything all set up. We're good to head out to the Dwargar outpost today. I
Oh,
got the
buddy,
dogs
I'm going
fed,
to
I-
stop you right there. And so we proceed to explain pretty much everything that happens, including the way Akuma I don't know, just like openly, talked about the cauldron to Alvesa and seemed almost eager to show it off.
Say what?
Yeah,
People
he's
of
never.
Goodmead are starving. They need this. If
So
we're
kind
not
of-
going to take, if we're not going to take it with us, they might as well be able to use it.
Yeah, good point. I can understand that. I mean, at least we trust her, right? I feel like if there's anyone in this town that we could trust, it is her. So,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's
I-
a reason I appointed her as
yeah. Did
whatever
you
she is.
did you go ahead and make the
Subsidy.
necessary paperwork to potentially push forward the change in the sacrifice?
No, there was a lot covered in our discussion, among other things, so we hadn't officialized any of that. There's a couple of things we need to discuss, and we'll just like explain all the shit that we learned with like Gigroth saying about everything we just discussed.
Mhm.
So yeah, we've got basically like three paths right now. We've got Gigroth's plot as well as the Dwergar up in Caer Konig. We've got the thing back in what is it, Bryn
Shander, the House of the
Yeah,
Morning
where I
Lord.
kind of owe a favor as Speaker of Goodmead to the priest there, and our issue with Alvesa, who if I think that's priority number one because that's very likely Zentarum. At least that's my hunch.
Yeah, so we have to. I believe our circle of trust and safety must start here at Goodmead and expand. So I definitely agree. I think we will deal with that this evening, identify that, attempt to clear as much corruption from Goodmead as we possibly can, and then move on to the next town. I do want to continue to establish good relations with you in other towns. So should my mining business begin to explode, I can bridge from here out to the expanding 10 towns and then to the rest of the world.
Yeah, and Gigroth's weird lady had those strange rocks. I bet Ack Inc. would be interested in those. And she went
For
to Caer
sure.
Konig, so
All right, so deal with Goodmead, then move to Kerkonid.
Yeah, I'm in support
Good,
of
excellent.
that.
It's settled then. Let's move on. I
God
will
damn.
set up the surveillance. What's the game plan, Gigroth?
All right. So like how I explained back when we were talking with her, I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna get organized. I'm gonna get all my guys organized. How many people in Goodmead are actually part of the Goodmead militia?
You
I-
could muster up to 20 soldiers.
20. All right. Bet. All right. And then let me see. Where's the map?
One thing I will
Okay.
say is the more parties involved, the more likely it is to be noticed. Is
Right.
all I'll say as you proceed with your plans. But I'll leave it up to you.
What are you talking about? No one
what
ever
I'm-
notices me as my chainmail is clanging around.
Yeah, there's a reason
gonna-
you're not head of security.
what where does she live?
She lives in the house right next to the Shrine of the Flaming Sword, which is just along the coast.
Okay, so like right across from the meat hall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with us, did she mention how many people exactly that she saw?
She saw 2.
Just 2? Okay, so I'll just muster up like at least 5 more guys. And she's gonna leave from the speaker house back to her house, correct?
Yeah. At
Yep.
at the time of night she would.
Okay. I guess in that case, I'll place one guy on the roof of the meat hall. Place another guy by the shrine of the flaming sword. Another guy or posted by like that second house down from her house. Posted up there. The 4th guy, I'll have him hiding by those little buildings, or like right next to the meat hall to the left,
Mm-hmm.
right before those trees. I'll have one guy there, and then one more guy in the trees behind her house. And as for us, I'm gonna leave that up to you guys of where y'all want to be positioned.
If we don't want to put Olivessa in direct danger, I can disguise self as her.
Oh yeah, right. You have disguise self. Okay, we can have. Okay, in that case, we can have her just stay here at the speaker house. We can leave either Cyrus or well, not Cyrus. My apologies. We can leave Zymot with her for protection, and then me and Cyrus can be hiding in the trees behind the building of the meat hall, and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So now the plan is to disguise Akuma as Olivessa and send him to Olivessa's house. I'm
Yeah.
guessing. Okay. All right. Yeah. So quitting time comes. You've got Gigroth. Went around town, got the militia volunteers, told them the plan. I would assume they're just basically like strictly surveillance. And yeah, it's quitting time. Akuma, disguise self as Olivessa. Are you head to her place? Yep.
Yep. Walking out the door.
Okay. Who is accompanying you? Just by
Was
yourself?
Cyrus going to accompany me? I mean, I can go by myself, but I thought
I,
that
th-
was the
I
original
think
plan.
I think that's fair. Like, I mean, you're the speaker. She's your assistant.
Yeah. I'll accompany Alavessa to her home.
Well, help me, speaker. I am a fair maiden in distress.
Okay.
Steph Speaker, what are you doing?
Roll me a perception check.
Which one? Both of us?
Yeah, both of you can make a
Ok-
perception
okay,
check.
that's a nat 20.
Jesus. Okay.
That is a 15.
All right. You notice that there are 2 individuals who are kind of leaning as you walk past the mead hall. 2 individuals who are leaned up against the outside of the mead hall, just chit chatting. That fit Olivessa's description of them as far as like their garb and their armor.
Still laughing about step speaker. But okay, yeah. I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm gonna act like I didn't see him.
Okay.
Yeah, I will do the same.
You get past them about 15, 20 feet, and they begin to follow you.
Keep on making the way to her house.
Yeah. How much farther away are we from like the front porch?
You can make it all the way.
Okay. Kind of like pause at the front door and like fumble with some keys.
Make me one more perception check.
This one's
Both
gonna
of
be
you.
a nat 1. 10.
6.
Akuma, you hear the sound of someone dying, and from the roof of the mead hall, one of the volunteers falls.
Upon hearing this, I spin around. How far away are the two that were following us?
They are probably 20 feet and very, very clearly like eyes upon you.
All right. Can I make an attack roll?
You can.
Really quick, where is Gigroth?
Are you accompanying Akuma Alavesa as well?
No, I was gonna just follow from behind and just like sneak around and stuff like that. Follow from behind. So, at that point of which she's at her house, would I have heard the guy fall?
Make me a perception check.
19.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then I will start climbing up the mead hall, or I'll go to where I heard the sound, and if there's like somebody on
Okay.
top of the roof,
Well,
I'll
let's
try to
let's
climb up.
get initiative. Let's get initiative rolls here first.
Okay.
Akuma, you can make one surprise attack against the two.
So will a 25 hit?
A 25 will hit.
So whichever one's closest to me. And that's gonna be 7. We'll make it force damage plus a d6. So that's gonna be 12 force damage
Okay.
on the closest one, and then I rolled a 19 for initiative.
Okay. Cyrus, Gigroth, initiative rolls.
14.
You want me to roll?
Zyma, you're with Alavesa still at the speaker house, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. You can make a roll. You can jump in. I mean, I don't know if you probably wouldn't notice anything.
Yeah, no. I figured I'm gonna be sitting this one out.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
You're just like chilling, drinking some tea.
Yeah. So what brought you to the towns? Have you always enjoyed the work of good mead? Have you
Just
been
starts
the
hitting
ale
on her
Gigroth,
wall?
what's your initiative roll?
Mine was a 14 as well.
Okay. So Akuma, Zymat, Gigroth.
How do you keep your cuticles in such good
Cyrus.
health out here? It's so cold.
Baddies. And you how much damage did you do, Akuma? You said 14?
12.
12? All right. Okay. You get to go again.
How's Baddie 1 looking?
Pretty healthy.
Pretty healthy. All right, we're gonna go to level 2 for this one. Same guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use Wild Surge for advantage. Or Tides of Chaos, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So 7. 2 7s.
Neither of those hit.
All right. 2 7s. 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 I am going to use my bonus action to dissolve a first level spell slot into a sorcery point.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of like set myself up in like I guess I'm just gonna stand my ground.
All right. It would be Zymots. He's out this round, or out this combat. So Gigroth, you are up.
All right. Do I notice if there's someone still on top of the roof?
Make me a perception check.
9.
You do not see anyone on top of the roof.
Okay. I don't even hear anybody either.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I am going to climb on top of the roof.
Okay. Make me an
And-
athletics check.
12.
Okay. Yep. You are able to, on a window, get up on top of the mead hall roof, and that will end your turn. Cyrus, you are up.
Okay, so there's still the two guys standing over there. I think I'm gonna cast a second level shatter with them in range. Akuma missed both of the other ones, or both of his second attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast a second level shatter. Hitting them both. They both need to make Constitution saving throws.
First one is a 19 and saves. Second one is a 14.
Well, they both save,
Okay.
so they take half damage. It's 16 damage, so they each take 8 thunder damage.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna give Kuma a bardic inspiration. Assuming he still looks like Alaves, I'm like, you've never looked prettier, Akuma.
All right. Baddies' turns. So, first up, both of these individuals are going to rush up to you, Cyrus, and are going to attack you with. Each of them pulls out a scimitar and are going to attack you with it.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. So, first one is a 9. That's a miss.
Mm-hmm.
The same one makes attack again with a 14.
That hits.
14 hits. 1d4 plus. 1d6 plus 3. That's
Stop
going to be
increasing the number.
9 damage.
That's I take 9 damage.
And then he attacks you with a dagger, a third attack.
Fuck this guy.
That's an 11. That's not going to hit.
No, it does not.
The second one attacks you and does the same thing. First one is a 10. Next scimitar attack is another 10. Dagger attack is a 21.
Yeah, that hits.
That's going to be 4 damage.
4 damage.
Okay. Gigroth, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is just a 10.
Okay. Akuma, it is your turn.
Seeing this happen, I'm going to attempt to cast Chaos Bolt at second level once again.
Mm-hmm.
So 22.
That is a hit.
All right. Targeting the guy who's already been weakened.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be. I rolled a 7 and a 1 for that. So let's pull up the chart. The chart's kind of annoying. Are they wearing any? Do they appear to have like any metal on them?
Nothing other than there are like some studs on their armor. Some metal studs on their armor, and then their weapons.
All We're just gonna do acid damage for that, and then roll my 2d6. So 7 plus 9 is 16.
16 does hit.
16 points of acid.
Oh,
damage.
16 damage here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me some wild magic.
D100.
All these charts you need to have open.
Yeah, no kidding. I rolled a 6. Let me pull up the chart.
That's
Man,
not very high.
You die.
I die?
No, you don't.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't have the chart up.
I was like, I'm
I was
like,
like, yo,
working
what?
on getting there. I'm like,
I didn't
know
believe
that was
Nick
an
had that
option.
open for a second.
A Modron chosen and controlled by the DM appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of me and then disappears 1 minute later.
Okay.
A Modron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So next to you appears this little mechanical. Oh my gosh. It's like a spherical eye made out of metal, and he has 2 like clockwork wings attached to the top of his head, and he's got a little dagger on him as well. And this eye is blinking open and shut, standing next to you, wondering where the hell he just came from.
We never got that one from our last campaign back home either.
No. Oh my gosh, that would have been a good callback. If bring
I thought that's where you were gonna go with
bring
it.
bring Stevie
Yeah, me
in.
too.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to consume 3 sorcery points to make a level 2 spell slot.
Okay. All right. And when does this guy act?
It didn't say anything about him getting to act. It just a Modron chosen and controlled by the DM appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of me and then disappears 1 minute later.
Okay. Yeah, so he doesn't understand what's going on. Big eye blinking. Okay.
Cyrus shouts out, "That..." He points to the Zentarum. "They hate robots. They're just trying to destroy all robots on the earth."
Okay. Gigroth, you are up.
All right. Walking around the top of the building. Do I see anybody?
You can definitely plainly see the individuals that you have stationed near the houses, right, that are behind the mead hall.
No, I meant the because one of the guys got killed and he fell off the roof. So
Yeah.
like, do I see anybody else on top of the roof?
Make me a perception check.
Oh, come on! 1.
Yeah, you don't see shit. You can see the people that you have stationed, where you know that they are, but you don't see anything else.
Okay. Then in that case, in a loud, I don't know. I guess in a loud voice, I'm like, everybody come towards the mead hall, and signaling all the other volunteers to come to the mead hall, and kind of like be on guard.
Cyrus,
And then
no, I'm saying Gigroth should do like a bird whistle, and like that's his call, like that's a signal for everybody, like, and then just immediately all the other guys know, and that's like his cue for everyone.
Oh, okay. I got this. I didn't do it right.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Beautiful bird call. All right, yeah, so you
Thank you.
signal, you make the bird call sound, and all the remaining people of all the remaining veterans or all the militia people come out from their posts and enter the fight. They will act
And
at
then
the end.
Okay. And as for me, how much movement do I have left?
I would say probably half of your movement, because you were like wandering around the top.
Okay. I I am going to go into rage. This is my bonus action. Calling everybody over, does that count as a action?
It's a free speech thing because like you can just whistle. Like we'll say that counts as just free speech.
All right, and then for my action, I'll do a dash. So I should have about 45 feet left.
Okay.
I'm gonna make my way as close as I can to the battle.
To the battle. Yep. Okay. So yeah. So you jump down, use your movement, and get all the way up to the battle. Zyma, make me a
And I'm
perception check.
21.
You hear Gigroth's whistle as well.
Oh, he's probably trying to talk to a hummingbird or something like that. That guy's always dealing with animals. It's pretty funny.
All right. If at any point you'd like to insert yourself into the order, you can. Cyrus, you are up.
Okay. When Gigroth gets there, I'm just gonna like kind of like point to the weaker of the two Xantarum guys or two assailants and be like, hit that guy. And then I'm going to, for my main action, I'm going to. All right, that'll be my bonus action. I'll be like, hit that guy. I know you can knock him out, and that'll be me giving him bardic inspiration. And then my main action, I'm gonna cast hideous laughter on the full health guy.
Okay. He's taken a little bit of damage from your shatter, but the one that's more healthy.
Yeah, the one that's more healthy is gonna get hit by hideous laughter. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom 12.
He fails. He is now he's just laughing hysterically.
Prone and laughing. He thinks the Modron is super hysterical, like really funny.
I mean that works too. That works.
He's never seen anything like this before in his life. Look at this stupid idiot, and falls over laughing.
Yeah, he's like a little robot gremlin. He's great. He's just laughing at him. Yeah, so he is incapacitated and prone.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Can I position myself without provoking an opportunity attack, like behind Akuma?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Akuma, disguised as Alavesa, who you are meant to be protecting, you are going to cower behind her.
Correct.
All right. Yes, baddies' turns. So these two duders are going to make their attacks. The one that's most damaged is going to attack Akuma because he's there in front. First attack is a 13.
When do I get to use a reaction?
On someone else's turn when they attack you.
Okay. Yeah, he can damage that one.
Okay. That is going to be 7 points of damage.
All right. And then as a reaction, I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Which does
3d10 damage, dex saving throw.
Ugh, 7. Gross.
11
Okay.
damage.
I was about to ask, did you roll like 3 2s?
11 fire damage. I rolled a 1 and a 2 and an 8.
Oh,
Wow.
man. 11. Okay. All right. Yeah. Takes all of that damage. Now he gets to continue with his turn.
I should have just shielded. Damn it. Yeah.
Next attack is a 12.
That hits.
All right. Takes 7 more points of damage.
Cool.
Third attack is an 11.
That's spot on.
All right.
Wow.
Take 4 points of damage there from his dagger.
Hellish Rebuke needed to be a little bit better.
And the one that is laughing can't do anything on his turn. He's going to try and break out of it. This is a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
15.
That passes.
He's no longer laughing, but he is still prone. The Modron, who has been told to, he doesn't really know, and okay, he sees that these two things attacked you. He will go up and he will stab with his dagger to the one that is prone. So we'll have advantage on that. That's going to hit and do 3 points of damage. All of Gigroth's companions come out of the woodwork and converge on the two and are each going to attack with their spears. So we've got a miss, a hit, and a hit. So this is going to be using two-handed, 2d8 plus 2. That's 9 damage, plus 2 is 11 damage on the one that is prone.
I imagine they're all just like kicking him while he's on the
Yeah,
ground.
yeah,
like,
yeah. He's
just-
down. They all converge on him. Okay. Akuma.
How did this dude look at this point?
He's pretty roughed up.
I am going to Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on the attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
And not killing him with Hellish Rebuke pissed me off, so I'm going to use my last second level spell slot to cast Chaos Bolt. Yep, and that's a nat 20 on the first one.
Holy shnikes.
So,
Akuma's
26.
26 is going to hit, or that's 26 damage.
No, that's 26 for the hit. So
Okay.
And so I'm going to ask you for your ruling on this. So part of Chaos Bolt is that if I roll 2 of the same number on the D8s, that I get to move my Chaos Bolt to a second target and cast it on the second target and re-roll new damage for the second target as well.
Is this like for
Sick.
like an additional action for free?
Yes.
So you basically get a free cast?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
So because I had double damage, I rolled 4 die for my D8. I rolled 2 8s and a 2 and a 1.
Mm-hmm.
You normally only get 2 D8s. Would the double damage die having rolled 2 D8s, would that count?
All
'Cause
of the damage with a crit.
Because it says if you roll the same number on both D8s, the chaotic energy leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice, and you make a new attack roll against that creature.
So the new attack roll will not be a crit. Because you're making
No.
a new attack.
Yep.
But yeah, you get to do that because you rolled 2
Okay.
8s on those damage dice.
Okay. And then we're just gonna make that thunder damage. So that's 19 points on that. Roll 4 d6s.
Wow.
So 16, so 19, so 35 points of thunder damage.
Yeah, that one's dead.
All right. And then
New attack on the prone one, which you will have advantage on.
all right. First roll is a 12. Second roll is a 19.
That is a hit.
All right. It's only 5, and that's a 1 and a 4. So let me pull up my table. We'll make that force damage, and then roll my 2d6s. So that's 11 points of force damage on the prone guy.
Okay. All right.
Let's try to keep this one alive for questioning.
I suppose it's maybe a good thing we didn't hit him with the 35.
Probably. I kind of say that out loud to the crowd of militia members.
And I'll end my turn.
All right. Zymot.
Oh man, this is fantastic. So you keep all the bees alive year round, regardless of the cold. That is insane.
Gigroth, your turn.
How does the guy on the floor looking?
He's bloodied. He's pretty beat up.
Pretty beat up.
Yep.
Okay. First, I want to make a perception check to see if maybe I see anybody else, like of these guys' members, where that guy fell off the meat hall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make that perception check.
Come on. Are you serious? Okay, 10.
Nope.
Giggles is just blind to freaking thing. Okay. I'm gonna attack this guy with my warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
And I get advantage because he's prone, correct?
Correct.
Nat 20 plus 5 for 25.
Nat 20. Yeah, let's see some double damage.
Oh, you're gonna pop his head like a grapefruit.
Can I? Fuck. Because I was really hoping I didn't get a nat 20.
I mean, you
is
can
there
you can
any way
have
for
your
me to-
attack be non-lethal, so if he would get knocked out, right, it's not
You
gonna kill him.
Okay, cool.
could have your attack be
Yeah.
non-lethal.
Yeah, you don't have to. You could though.
Yeah. As long as you're not a
No, I'm
murderous
good.
bastard like Zymot, you should be good.
No, we need this
Impaling
bastard
old
over-
ladies and beating down our
Poor
town
lumberjack.
God
Yeah.
damn, Zymot. No, I'm gonna make it non-lethal.
Good
Go ahead
luck.
and
Fingers
roll.
crossed.
Fingers crossed. 11, 12, 13 damage.
13 damage from that attack. Okay. Yeah, they're still up.
He's still okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use my dual wielding to attack him with my warhammer. Also, not gonna be non. It's gonna be non-lethal.
Okay.
Okay. 23.
23 is a hit.
All right. 6. Okay. 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. They are still up.
Jesus. Well, pretty much it for my turn.
Cyrus.
Cyrus is gonna pull out his rapier and sort of like hold it to the guy's throat because he's still prone, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna be like, So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna come with us. We're gonna tie you up, and you're gonna tell us all the information we want, or I'm gonna cut your head off and toss it into the frozen lake over there.
Make me an intimidation check. And do it with advantage because there are, 4 other guys and a Modron and Gigroth around him.
I think that's pretty reasonable. The first one is a 15.
Okay.
The second one is a 7, so we're gonna go with the 15.
Yeah, he is. He's terrified. Yes, please don't kill me. Don't kill me.
All right, and then I'm gonna pull his hood off, and it's gonna be Old Man Withers.
It is Bob the Baker. No, I'm kidding.
Bob, no!
I would have been
Can't play
heartbroken.
with my feelings like that.
It is. It's nondescript bandit guy.
Okay, well,
It is
okay.
no one that you recognize.
well, we're gonna
Can I?
use some rope and tie him up.
And I'm gonna ask him: is there anybody else other than you and this other bastard that was attacking? And I'm
No,
gonna do
it's
it in a threatening way.
no, it's just us.
Can I make a
Can I use
perception
intimidate?
check?
You sure can.
Or yeah,
Insight check
no,
on
not
this.
insight.
Oh, insight. Doesn't
Same.
matter. They're both plus zeros. 14?
Gigroth.
8.
Akuma, you can
8.
tell that he is lying. You notice as he answers, his eyes kind of like dart dart away from you, like he's looking around.
And I'll use my thaumaturgy to make my eyes glow like fire. And at this point, disguise self falls away, and my tail is flicking behind me, and my horns are looming over him. And tell us where your men are now.
At that exact moment, an arrow from the trees behind Olivessa's house and the Shrine of the Flaming Sword shoots down and hits him square in the chest, and he falls dead.
Does Giroff can he tell where that arrow came from?
You can tell where the arrow came from. Yes.
Okay. Can I do a dash action or well, because I'm still enraged. So can I use like a bonus action, go into dash mode, and run all the way over there?
You can. Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do so. And do I see anybody
Make me a
or
perception
notice?
check, and this is going to be contested.
God fucking damn it! A 3.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Are we still in initiative or not?
We are not.
Okay, I would like
Okay.
to, upon seeing the arrow fly from that tree, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on the tree, and it will basically, any creature within a 20-foot cube will be affected by it.
Okay.
So any creature in there must make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh man, I got +5 to that.
Shit.
I'm gonna use message to like try and find Zymont and be like, where the hell are you?
That is 17.
He passes.
Hello, friend. Yes. What can I do for you? How are things going?
I mean, we just got attacked in the streets, and you're presumably having tea time.
I mean, it is mead, thank you very much. But all right, do you want me to bring her or leave her here?
Leave her
Do you
there.
think she's still in danger?
Yes,
There.
leave her there.
Okay. Do we have any militia? Are there any militia people here, or is it just me?
There's with you.
Yes.
There's none. It's just you and Olivessa.
In Tomax.
Yeah, Alevessa, I'm sorry, but it seems they were attacked. But I don't feel comfortable leaving you here. So please come with me. Can you find we'll find like a cloak or something to throw over her.
Sure.
I mean, granted, I know she's in full cold weather gear. Maybe like rough it up a little bit, change her form, throw on like different cold weather gear, something like that.
Yep.
And then
you got all
I'll,
the time in the world.
I'll make my way to go meet with the party. Oh, he didn't say you guys were done fighting. He just said you guys were in a fight. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this
You
point
you
in-
make
this
your
point
way,
in
and
time-
everyone's huddled up. There's a dead body near the mead hall, and then there is the two bandit guys who are also dead. One of them with an arrow stuck into his chest.
When Zymont walks out, I'm gonna start pulling up their sleeves, looking for tattoos.
Yeah, you find it. You find the snake, the winged snake tattoo.
The letter Z with a sword going through it.
Yep.
well then, do we think this is because of us, or do you think why would they target you?
Could be
It
because
isn't-
they I kind of whispered to Zymont, maybe because they had a stake in their guy getting to be the speaker of good mead, and he became instead dead.
Fair enough. Yes, this is quite the predicament. Duvessa, do you recognize any of these bodies?
I don't. I've never seen either of these two people before. They're definitely the two from last night though.
Do we want to walk off into the trees and start looking for footprints? We could
Well,
still
Kikos already
potentially
did.
track them out of town.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and tell like the two of you go towards the Oh, let me pull up the map so I can be accurate. All right. So I tell two of them go towards Eastway in case he tries to run that way. If you spot him.
Mm-hmm.
One of them I tell them to run across the coast, the shoreline. And for the last one, I tell them to go back towards Zymont or to the speaker house, and if you see Zymont, stay with Duvessa
Okay. Or Olivessa.
or Olivessa. Sorry.
Yep. So they disperse and do what they're told.
So wait, what are you saying? I go back to the house with.
No, you're with the group, and one of the goons is one of your
Oh, okay,
militia
gotcha.
people is with Olivessa now.
All right.
All right. Well,
Um,
you have the best survival of all of us. Do you want to go ahead and see if you can track them?
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can track them. Also, while I'm doing that, can I use speak with animal? See if I can get like a location on them through the animal in the area.
You can. Um, what sort of? So you have Sebastian at your disposal if you want to use Sebastian.
Right.
Or there are, a rabbit or a squirrel or some small animal you could find.
If I can find a squirrel, I'm gonna ask him, "Hey, go into the trees, start jumping from tree to tree, and let me know."
And try to find someone.
Yeah,
Someone. Sure.
try to find somebody in the tree. While that's happening, I'm trying to see if I can track any footprints, see if I can't find any claw or whatever the case is to find this guy.
Yep. Squirrel stands up on
before
end
he runs off.
and gives you a little salute and scurries off, hopping from branch to branch in these trees. And then make me a survival check.
Awesome. Squirrel Scout.
What is your survival check?
Oh, okay, there we go. For some reason you're cutting out from. Let's see. Survival. Damn it, 9. Why? Why is today the day?
No, you are unable to track.
And as for my squirrel, my squirrely friend.
Squirrel's kind of off on his own, gathering his own information, and then may or may not, have it when he comes back to you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Let's go ahead and move these bodies into the our home. That way, it doesn't rowdy up the town. So I'll take the rest of the whoever's left and start dragging these bodies into our place.
Yep. These two bandit captains, you pull them in.
I'm just gonna stay outside and hopefully try to find that last.
All right. Well, that does that. You guys want to prep for tomorrow?
Yeah, I could use a good night's sleep after that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we'll move the bodies back in our place. Set up for a long rest whenever Gigroth comes back.
And Olivessa says, you bring the bodies back, and she says, I hope, is it okay if I stay here for the night? I really don't feel safe.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you, she says. And, Gigroth, nothing from your squirrel tonight.
And anything from the other militias?
Nothing from them.
Nothing.
No.
Can I make one more survival check to see if I?
Sure. Yeah, so you actually spend a couple of hours out there looking around. Make me another survival check.
Please. Gigroth is praying to the gods of winter. Please. Yes. 21.
21. You can find very, very faint tracks in those woods, in those trees. But as it goes out towards the east way, they definitely fade away. Like, enough time has passed, enough wind blowing and snow that these have covered up.
Damn it. And I asked the militia guys that were supposed to be posted that y'all didn't see anything.
No, sorry. We didn't.
All right. Well, good looking out, guys. And then I'll take 2 of them to help me take in the body of one of the other militias that was on the roof of.
Oh, the militia member that died.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. Is there anything you guys would like to do or discuss before the long rest?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. Long rest happens, and it is the next morning. Cyrus, roll me a d6, please.
Six.
Okay. It's next morning. You guys all gain the benefits of a long rest. What would you like to do? And sorry, we're like almost 2.5 hours in. We're just gonna play through the break, and then we'll break before crit chat tonight, if that's okay with you guys.
Yep. Sounds good to
Cool.
me.
I would like Nick to check his Facebook Messenger since I can't private message him on Discord in the middle of a session.
Sure. I can do that.
All right. So, do we want to follow Gigroth's lead, or do we want to follow Cyrus's lead?
I thought we agreed we were going to go to Kaer Koenig, right?
Okay. Sweet. Pack up the stuff.
Oh, did y'all end up like questioning the guy about why he was there, what he was doing?
Oh, the dead guy with the crossbow bolt in his chest?
Yeah, the guy that died.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot about the whole crossbow thing. All right. Yeah. Let's head over to Kaer Koenig.
Although we do have the slight issue of like the town will probably have might deal with the Xantarum, like, the safety of the Goodmead town members. Should we just like institute some kind of like militia thing where we get like all of the militia members to kind of like be guarding, have a couple of people guard Alvesa or something like that?
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
think.
So. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just agreeing. Yes, we should.
Okay.
Nick, that's a
if that's the
six.
case,
A 6? Okay.
A 6.
Okay.
if that's the case, I'll before we head out, I'll gather all militia members. So it should be at like 19, right, Nick? Since like one person.
Yeah,
died,
I mean,
so
you
we're
can muster up, but like, in order to get all those people involved, you're gonna have to spend some time in town. Knocking on doors. Hey, we need you to do this. We need you to do this, sort of thing. How much
Okay.
time would you like to spend doing that?
What's the max amount of number of, or I could gather that you would say for good meat?
I mean, it's probably you could probably get the max number that you can muster is 20. Is 20 people.
Okay, how long would that take?
I mean, you could only muster up probably maybe 3 an hour or so, something like that. By the time you're, knocking on doors and talking to them, hey, I need you to do this, blah 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 blah.
Is there like a town emergency bell to like I can ring it so that everyone hears it and is like, okay, I'll go down to the speaker house. right down.
Let's not raise too much of an alarm. We don't want to start the panic just yet.
I feel you, Zymot, but everyone's gonna start seeing like militia all over the town, so they're gonna be asking questions.
Okay.
Yeah, but maybe we don't want to like cause like the town to go into full-blown panic mode at the moment. We can address it in a different way.
Okay.
Maybe
I got
we'll
you.
like basically. What if we got like what? We spent an hour, got 3 guards for Alvesa. For security, we could do like 2 hours, I think, and get six people, and kind of like they'll be our sort of coordinated guards, and then like leave 3 or 4 of them with Alvesa. Or
Yeah. So okay, so we'll do this. We'll spend 2 hours. So is that like each one of us, or is that just gonna fall on me? Because that if
I mean,
we get,
that's
like,
that's
three
that's
people
just
an
gonna
hour.
fall on you.
Okay, so if Cyrus, Sakuma, and Zaimot help, that's for like 2 hours we can get what 24 people, or we can get the 20 people in about 2 hours if we all do it.
Sure, I'd be fine with that.
Would y'all like to help me muster up troops, everybody?
sure.
Sure.
Kuma,
What about you, Akuma?
roll me another one of those checks.
4.
Not with disadvantage though.
Oh nope, nope, that's a 4.
Okay, that's just a 4. All right, cool. All right. Yeah. So you round up 20 people. You've got all of the everyone. You know, this is your job. Stay with Olivessa, protect her, make sure nothing happens. We're gonna go. We got this thing to do.
Okay. Do I need to like specifically like tell everybody, hey, this is what you're gonna do, or like have like amongst themselves they figure it out?
They can figure it out amongst themselves.
Okay. All right. Well, at least 4 of you stay with Alavesa.
Now I need Cyrus, Zymot, and Gigroth to make me a perception check.
Interesting.
10.
19.
7.
All of you notice that there is the weight on your sleds as you get ready to take off, and your packages or how you packed it is different and much, much heavier.
Much heavier?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're gonna go ahead and probably.
Gigroth, can you? Sorry.
I was just gonna say we should probably like check to see what the deal with that is.
Yeah, can Gigroth like summon a pet to go sniffing around and dig stuff in case it explodes?
Right. I don't want to send Sebastian. So, yeah. Do I
Are you
notice
sure
any
the
animals
dogs just
nearby?
didn't eat too much? You know, like they're just not moving a little slow. Are you sure it's really the sled that's heavier? The dogs aren't just more sluggish?
The dogs look pretty healthy. They don't look that fatty.
Yeah, we forget to feed them all the time. No, that's definitely not them. They're like starving. They're like at each other's throats because they're so hungry. They're like
No, I
cannibalizing
fed
each
them.
other.
No, I fed them. Remember when I said that I had everything ready and the dogs were taken care of?
Oh,
I
yeah,
fed them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay, fair enough.
Do I see like a rabbit or a squirrel, any tiny animal nearby?
The squirrel that you commissioned the night before comes up to you, and tugs on your boot.
Hey, Gigroth,
And
how's
I
it
say-
going?
Yeah, hey, Gigroth. I'm Mr. Squirrel. I didn't see anything. I was trying to follow them tracks and things, but I couldn't find anything.
I saw some nuts and I got distracted.
it's like,
You must
"Not
be
to worry,
dealing
my
with
little friend."
some like super master assassin or something.
Yeah, something. And I was like, well, thank you a lot for your help, my little friend, Mr. Squirrel. Here is a piece of bread with pepper. Hope you like it. Could you
yeah.
do one more thing?
Well, that's
Could you
real
do one more
spicy.
thing-
Sorry,
It's
Sure.
spicy. No, sorry, you're awesome. And so like, but can you do one more thing before you go?
Yeah, what do you need?
Could you rummage around our sled and you check in our stuff to see if you see anything in there that's like anything
Out of
abnormal?
anything out of the ordinary? Sure, yeah, I can do it. I'm really good at rummaging. Here, let me check it out. And he scurries down, and you can see him go underneath of the tarp and like looking around, and you see like this little like where he is, not you the outline of like a little body, moving around underneath the tarp. And he comes back out and he says, "No, I don't really see anything out of the ordinary. I mean, there's some bags of grain, there's some weapons, there's all sorts of rations and stuff. There's a big cauldron in there. Like, I don't know, I don't see anything out of the ordinary."
I immediately look over at Akuma, and I would like to make.
So Cyrus, you don't understand what this thing's saying, right?
I don't understand that. Okay.
You just hear like squirrel chittering to Gigroth, and Gigroth is doing this chittering back to him.
Fair enough.
And I'll say to everybody's like, yeah. So he said there's nothing out of the ordinary, but I don't know. It still looks a little off.
What looks a little off? Anything in particular?
Well, he said that there was weapons and ration, and, our cauldron, but other than that, I'm not too sure.
I look over at Akuma upon hearing about the cauldron.
And then at that moment, and then Gigroth realized, wait a minute, he said a fucking cauldron, Akuma.
So, man, isn't that crazy, guys? How did Akuma react when the cauldron got brought up?
Just looking around.
And I'll ask Zymot, and I'll say, okay, Zymot, I know this is a stupid question, but did you put the cauldron in there?
Not in the slightest, my friend. And I
And
too
then I
will
know-
look over and summon Tomax, and he will look over at Akuma.
And then I asked Cyrus. Cyrus, I know this is a stupid question, but did you put it in there?
I just look at Gigroth and I say no, and then I look over at
Okay.
Akuma.
And then I look at Akuma, and I was like, Akuma. And we're all just staring at
I
Akuma.
didn't put it on the sled, but clearly this is a sign that it's not safe here and it needs to come with us.
Can I make an
Insight check.
insight check? Group insight check.
Yeah, so this is going to be a contested roll between you two. An
Well, hopefully I beat Gigroth.
insight versus deception.
Well, isn't this like me, Cyrus, and Zymot? Or is it just me and Cyrus?
Cyrus is making one as well.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I got a 4,
What?
so...
Well, I
you beat
beat
by 1.
Gigroth with my 5.
I got a 10.
Yeah, you can tell Akuma's lying.
Akuma, what the fuck is up, dude? You're acting weirder than normal. Why are you so obsessed with getting this cauldron to Kaer Koenig?
It's not safe here. Somebody's gonna find it. The Zents have already been here. You got Gigroth bringing all these militia people around. It can't stay here.
Sure, it's not anything connected to Levistus.
Who's that?
Oh my god. I'm not even making an insight check. I know you're full of shit, Akuma. You've been rambling about these fucking Dwergar for like days. You brought up Levistus yesterday. You mentioned specifically that you wanted to feed Levistus's followers.
Did I say
you're
that
a
out
deep.
loud?
Oh
Did
yeah.
I say that out loud?
I'm sure you said a lot
Yeah,
more
yeah.
internally, but yeah, you said that out loud.
Gigroth is just gonna start instigating. Yeah, he did say that. Yeah! Yeah!
I mean, you haven't been personally attacked by the Dwergar. You don't understand how terrifying they are. They're a real problem to 10 towns.
Yeah, actually, I was like, of us, I was the first who was attacked by a Dwergar. Remember when we kicked down that door? I was the first one who was attacked by a Dwergar. So, yeah, I think I'm aware. But I'm more concerned about the fact that you're stirring up some shit right now. You're really set on this cauldron. You're really steering the plan. I'm not so sure about you, bud.
Well,
And then
it's not like we're going anywhere we wouldn't be going anyway. We got to get Gigroth's gal pal, like Zymot's trying to find the magic rocks. Like, I don't see how this is at odds at all with what we're doing.
You know,
He
he's
does-
been
At the end of
acting
the day,
weird
the
like
cauldron
this.
is more safe with us than it is being left here with Olivessa, who clearly needs to be protected by peasants.
That's true,
You know,
but
he's
as a
been
group,
acting
we
really
decided
weird
we
ever
were going to
since
leave it
the-
here yesterday, did we
The-
not?
The flip side to that as well is the fact that there's going to be times where we're going to have to leave it behind. We can't exactly tote this thing around with us everywhere we go. So I think at least having it in a place where there could be 24-hour surveillance at the very least would be significantly safer.
You don't think
And
Gigroth could wear it as a helm?
no one knows we have it. It just looks
I
like
use
a
it?
normal cauldron until someone uses it.
Can I use it as like a turtle shell? And like get like a +2 at my ace?
Get some additional armor bonus.
Yes.
No, you cannot wear the cauldron as armor.
Damn it.
If you guys insist it stays here, I guess it has to stay here. But I don't think it's a good idea.
You know, he's been acting real funny ever since he was wearing that rock and passed it off to Cyrus.
Excellent. So we leave it here. Shall we be on our way then?
Okay. Untie it, leave it, and you guys take off. Any objections? Speak now.
Oh,
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. It's 3-1. Sorry,
What-
Akuma.
Wait, we have a hum. We have a hum.
This is something that's like gonna keep coming up as we continue forward. Like, I don't know about all this like moving forward because we clearly have an issue that's not gonna just go away by itself.
Okay.
What issue?
Well, the fact that you continually go against the party's like collective wishes based on your own desire to serve this demonic overlord.
Some awfully strong and harsh words.
Oh, so how would you describe Levistus? Would you consider him like a deity of daisies and flowers?
Oh, I don't fully understand, but you're not too far off. It's a very warm and tingling sensation.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear a lot of drug addicts say the same thing.
You hang out with a lot of them back in Waterdeep?
I've met one or two, but yeah, that's you meet some individuals now and again. It's a seedy city.
Oh, this is awesome. I love this.
I mean,
How do I know that you're not gonna sabotage or possibly like hurt or harm one of the party members, considering the fact that you've kind of gone against the party's wishes more than once so far?
I mean, the Zent don't know about you yet. That's got to bode pretty well for me, right?
What do you mean?
Like, it's not like I've turned code on you.
That's true, but you also have an issue with the Zent as well, so at the same time, look, I'm fine with moving forward. I just need to know that we're not gonna have more issues like this. Like if you want to, I guess what I'm saying is I don't want to have like consistent roadblocks going forward.
Hey, no roadblocks here. To Care Koenig.
that smile seems so conniving.
This is awesome. This is what I live for.
I don't think so. God voice in the sky.
God.
This is extremely suspicious. Okay, so, speaker. Are we staying here and dealing with this target, or are we moving on to Kerkonig?
I guess let's move forward to Care Koenig.
No cauldron. Leaving the cauldron.
No
behind?
cauldron. Yeah, we're gonna store the cauldron in there. I'm gonna have Zymot help me carry it in.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Cauldron stays back.
Man, I'm so glad we found this absolutely normal cauldron to help Soup Kitchen the rest of the city that has absolutely no major value to it whatsoever.
With your dog sleds, it takes 4.5 hours to get to Caer Dineval. Would you like to stop anywhere in Caer Dineval? Caer Dineval.
What are the tourist hotspots right now? What are there any cool places to check out?
There is your base of operations with the Knights of the Black Sword, the cultist members whom you have befriended. There is the Uphill Climb, which is the tavern that's just outside, run by Rourke. Rourke. I guess it's Rourke. And then there was Denev's Rest, which was the inn where there were Dwergar hiding, whom you killed.
Well, we've got business to attend to, so Caer Koenig it is.
So you're gonna no stops in Caer Dineval.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So and then it takes another.
On our way out, I'd like to just take a look around on the way out, see if anyone took odd interest in our coming and goings.
No.
Okay, cool.
Nope.
We don't want to speak with Kadrith on the way out of town. We got to go past the castle anyway.
Man, fuck that guy. I hate him.
Yeah, then we'd have to stop and like get off and tie up the dogs and dude, that's like a whole ordeal.
And
what
you know
about
how like,
Dwergar? Yeah, Dwergar.
If
And
we
you know
tell
how
them we're gonna go
Kadrith
fight
like
the
to show off.
Dwergar, they're gonna have stuff for us because they don't like the Dwergar.
Dude, they didn't have shit the last time we were there, except some old guy cooking soup who was real bummed about being there. So and some little kids. So let's just keep on going.
Voice in
Well,
the sky.
well,
How
well.
long has it been since we came here the first time?
Oh gosh, it's been like 7 days or something like that.
Oh my goodness, it's taken us 3 months to play 7 days.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh wait,
yeah,
since you've been in East Haven or since you've been to Caer Dineval?
Since we've been at Caer Dineval.
Or not East Haven, Icewind Dale like as a whole.
Well, since the last time we were at Care Denival and had the interaction with the cultists.
Like 7 days. Yeah, like 7-8 days ago.
God damn.
Yeah,
How
I'll
time
just let it go.
flies.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you make your way to Caer Konig. It takes another hour. It is now middle of the afternoon. Caer Konig there's white snow-covered slopes of Kelvin's Cairn loom large behind this quiet lakeside town. Let's see here. It's kind of you can see on your map, and I will bring this up as well. Sorry, we lost Zymot with this. Caer Konig, it's kind of like this shoehorn, or this not shoehorn, horseshoe shape around a harbor north on Lake Dineshire. There's a couple of points of interest there. It is a very, very small town. You guys know of about population 150. Gigroth, you know that the speaker of Caer Denival, Cranach Seaver, who you found out from the roll call sheet.
Mm-hmm.
The speaker of Caer Konig, nope, not Caer Denival, Caer Konig, Trovis, it's just one name, Trovis, was not at the last meeting.
Correct.
Hmm?
All right. And I will suggest. Okay, now that we're here,
Where would you like to go? So you can see it. You can see on the map on the north side of town, off on the left, is where the road you would come in at.
right. Do we want to stop by the speaker's house first, guys? I suggest that we do, being that he was not at the last meeting.
It seems fair enough. Make our presence known. Should something arise, kind of be on the up and up. What do you think, Cyrus?
Yeah, that works for me. That seems like a good place to start.
So as you walk towards the speaker's house, dog sleds, you're taking it a little bit slow as you're in town. As I said, this town sits quietly at the foot of Kelvin's Cairn. And there's a few bundled up people that kind of shuffle between these snow-battered houses, keeping their heads down, not bothering anyone. They're just like going about their normal business. And as you walk, there is a pile of snow that stirs as you pass it, and someone hidden beneath it suddenly pops up, and this figure looks at you and yells, who goes there? Is it thieves? Huh? Have I found those creeping bastards? Huh? What? Who goes there? Huh?
Yeah, we're thieves.
And
I say to him
what?
very
Super
dryly.
thieves.
You're thieves, huh? What are you doing? Huh? And as he pulls down the scarf covering his face, you see a silver dragonborn holding an empty wine bottle as if it were a weapon. Huh? Who goes there?
Somebody who will get you a refill if you let us through.
Oh, huh? Okay. All right. Shit. What time is it?
Time for you to let us through.
Yeah,
He is correct. I checked. Yep, the sun's in the right place.
Serious. Oh gosh. And he looks, and there's a little bit of sunlight coming through as it's setting down on the other side. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Pardon my manners. It's a bit jittery with all the thieving going around here. Oh gosh, I'm Trovis, the town speaker. And
You're the town speaker?
yep, that's me. I'm Trovis.
Dude, don't
Well,
you think as a speaker you shouldn't be drunk at this hour?
Well, I'm awake. I'm not drunk at this hour. I'm hungover at this hour, but I'm not drunk.
Ah, my
Not yet,
mistake.
at least.
We'll change that soon. And so I have a quick question for you. Would you like to go inside your house so we can talk?
He looks around, collects his bearings to see exactly where. Oh, good. at least I made it this far last night. Usually, yeah, sure, you guys can come in. Yeah. Come on in. Yeah. And he stands up, dusts himself off, and you can see he stands like 7 feet tall. And he's got like.
Is he taller or shorter than Gigroth?
He's a foot smaller.
Okay, so Gigroth is bigger than him. Yeah, come on in. You guys can come in. He leads up to his door, opens it up, and you guys can come in.
Why, thank you for letting us into your home. I say as I probably see like a strew of like liquor bottles strewn about the apartment.
Oh yeah.
Over.
There are.
It's just like a total sty.
Yeah, it's
You
full
have
with
a,
wine bottles everywhere.
Such a unique taste.
And he
I'm using prestidigitation to like air freshener everything to make it smell better.
He finds one that's like he picks one up. It's empty. He eyes it, kind of shakes it, one little drop, and he throws it against the wall. Tries to find another bottle. This one's like half full, and he takes a swig back. So, what can I do for you?
Well, this is good for two things on my end. Have you seen an oldish woman? She looks somewhat like a tracker. She should have had like an aluminum hat on her head. Walk into town.
Yeah, come to think of it, yeah. I was out the other night and I saw someone that fits that description walk by and go down to the hook, line, and sinker.
All right, appreciate that information. Also,
is that the town brothel?
Oh, that's the tavern. That's the.
Oh,
tavern.
okay. That makes much more sense.
And then I'm gonna nudge over to Cyrus. Speaker, ask him why he wasn't at the last meeting.
I kind of just like point to the pile of bottles. I'm like, I think that might be your answer, bud. So, word around town is you weren't at the last speaker meeting.
Oh shit! I missed that, didn't I? Fuck. Damn it. Shit. What's the Duvessa? She's gonna have my ass next time, isn't she? Ah, shit.
Yeah, she seems like that kind of bitch.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I was not. You got me. And
Hey, man, no
how
judgment
do you?
here. Life happens. You
Why?
know?
Why would? Why do you care about that?
Oh, it's just a general interest. Actually, I am the new speaker of Goodmead, and I kind of reach out to shake his hand.
Oh yeah, I heard something about that. I heard something about that.
Sure, you did.
So
I mumble that under my breath. I don't say that out loud.
sure, yeah. So what brings you to my place here? What brings you all the way to Koenig?
I guess me and my compatriots had some business here, and I figured, why not stop by and say hello to a fellow speaker?
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he sticks out his hand, this giant dragon claw, and you are
Cyrus.
Cyrus. Nice to meet you. And he tries to shake your hand.
Yeah, I reciprocate.
Reluctantly shake his hand.
After I shake hands with him, I use prestidigitation to clean it.
Ooh, it's got nice shiny white dragon scales then, or silver dragon scales.
I meant my hands, but sure, his hands.
Oh, your hands. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do his hands too. Yeah, I'll do
that. Fancy little trick you got there.
Yeah,
I got a fancy little trick too. I can make the rest of this disappear.
God damn it.
Tosses the empty
Not
bottle.
not as fast as I can.
Oh.
Boy, let me tell you, you're messing with a pro here.
Hey man, I ain't no greenhorn. I chugged a whole barrel in one night.
Ooh, a whole barrel.
That's right, and not even that bullshit wine stuff. I'm talking about real alcohol, good mead.
What can I
gonna
do for
nudge
you?
Gigroth and tell him like, hey, mead is just honey wine.
Let him have it.
Are you here to help with the thieving troubles? What brings you here?
You know, we were here on some official business, but I'm way more interested in the drinking contest now. I want to see you two duke it out at the hook, line, and stinker or whatever.
Hook, line, and
Before,
stinker.
before that begins, I am all for this. But before that begins, question if you don't mind me, sir.
Sure,
What-
yeah.
Is there any areas here in town that you know of that have been abandoned for maybe a couple of months that no one really checks on very often?
No, nothing. Every place here is pretty well occupied. Why do you ask?
We've been tracking down and coming across various disturbances of people that tend to house themselves in areas that are abandoned in the interim.
I got
Vagabonds.
Oh man, I've been trying to catch vagabonds like that all month long. Let me tell you.
What's been
What?
going
Really?
on?
What? Yeah.
So every night, because we're not a very big place, I kind of take it upon myself to deal with all of these thieving troubles that we've been having. I mean, no one's really seen anything though, really. I mean, just the other night over at Corey's place, the Northern Lights, her Northern Light was stolen. And she won't let me hear the end of it because, I haven't been able to find those responsible, at least not yet anyways, but I have a knack for this sort of stuff. Like this one time, when I was an adventurer in my younger days, and he's like walking around the room, kicking empty bottles out of the way. He grabs another half full, half drunk one, and there was this big old half ogre in a river, and I kind of watched him float away and was yelling profanities at him. And then there was
I made him disappear.
And then this other time, there was this like group of kobolds that I was tricked into believing that I was a dragon in human form. I mean, I got stories all day long I could tell you about it.
Oh man, I wish we had time to listen to all of them. However, we're really like urgently trying to catch these these thieving vagrants. Do you have any leads on them?
Any leads on them, huh? Well, I mean, I don't, but Corey down at the Northern Lights might.
We'll start there.
She and her sister might have something for you.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think we'll go check that out.
What
Thank-
does Kirkonig sacrifice? DM?
Food.
Food. Okay. Cool.
Here,
cool.
yeah. Let me take you down. I could use a refill anyways. Let me take you down to the inn.
Sure, thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay. And as you're walking, Trovis talks about what's been taken. He says, well, there's been let's see, there was their magical color changing lantern from the local inn. That's Corey's. There's a pair of goats stolen from the tavern. There is a small sack of pearls that's gone missing from the stores of the Frozen Far expeditions. All sorts of stuff has gone missing.
And that just started recently?
Pretty recently. Maybe a couple of weeks ago. Maybe a month or so. I swear times I see footprints, but I can never catch anyone. Never catch these damn thieves.
Boom. I'll raise an eyebrow to Akuma. We know about these.
I just nod my head.
Okay. So he takes you to the inn, and it's open. And this is the Northern Light is what this place is. This inn, you walk in, and it appears to be mostly empty. A young woman looks up as you enter and gives Trovis a chastising smile and says, Did you fall asleep outside again? Oh, gosh, I'm telling you, Trovis, one of these days you're going to have to stop relying on the kindness of strangers. And she says, come on, come on, come on. And she pulls a chair out and tells Trovis to sit down in it. She goes back behind the counter and then opens a door in what looks to be a kitchen back there and says, hey, heat something up for Trovis. He's been out drinking again. And she says, hi, I'm Allie. I see you've met our town speaker, Trovis.
Yes, he's a most charmed individual. Do you think you could do us a big favor and maybe heat up some food for my friends here as well?
Sure, yeah. Let me go tell Corey. And she walks over and opens up the door. Make that four more plates as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, I see you've had the pleasure of meeting our good friend, our speaker Trovis. And who might you be? And Trovis says, this guy over here, this pointy ear guy right here, Cyrus. He's the speaker of good mead, huh? Mr. Popular over here, huh?
That's me.
And Allie says, "Oh well, good. It's pleasure to meet you. What brings you over here? What brings you into our place? What brings you into the Northern Light?"
Well, in fact, perhaps an issue y'all might be having up north here is in line with an issue that we're currently investigating. Some break-ins, some thievery.
Oh my gosh, yes. We've lost our lantern. There's been all sorts of thefts, little petty thefts happening for the last few weeks. Now, I think I'm pretty sure it was made by the dwarves who live in the valley. Because
Dwarves who live in the valley.
I could swear that I saw dwarven footprints about one morning. Yeah, there's a mining operation at the foot of Caer Konig where there's dwarves that live there. Shield dwarves.
Shield dwarves.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I can't really tell you why or know why they would be stealing things. I mean, they're really kept to themselves and have their own operation. It doesn't really make any sense.
You seem like you have a pretty good head on your shoulders. Do you think you have like a list of everything that's been stolen?
I could come up with a pretty not fully comprehensive, but most of the things.
Yeah, just to see if there's any pattern here or something we can maybe pick up on.
Sure. Yeah, she says she can make a list for you.
Sure.
Maybe this endless winter has made the dwarves restless or something, desperate for food and ale, but why they would steal valuables like jewelry and our lantern, I don't really know. I mean, and the fact that no one's seen or heard of them is remarkable. Like, I mean, you know the old saying, a quiet dwarf is an oxymoron. They're not too quiet individuals.
I hear you there.
And then
I had a buddy back down in Waterdeep, and then Cyrus just was very quiet as soon as he says that.
Oh yeah, and then immediately the door to the kitchen flings open, and out comes another woman. She says, "I'll tell you what, no dwarf did this. Someone would have spotted him." And she's juggling, 5 plates along her arms, and comes and sits them down. Someone would have spotted him, caught him. No, I tell you what, there's something more going on here. Besides what a hungry dwarves have use for a lantern. No, something else is definitely happening here.
I love lamp.
And Trovis says, that is Corey. She's Allie's sister. They own this place.
And really quickly, off topic here, but have y'all seen a woman? Kind of looks like a tracker. May have a aluminum cap on her head. Run by here, maybe at the hook, line, and sinker.
They both, their eyes meet and look back at you and say, "Yeah, she's actually staying here. I mean, she's out right now, but yeah, she's staying here."
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, I'll just wait for her to come back. She was supposed to wait for me back at Goodmead, but she went off on her own. So I've been looking for her.
Okay. They say are you planning on taking? Corey says, are you planning on taking care of our thieving problems then?
That's certainly on our to-do list. So any information you lovely ladies have to help us with, we'd be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. The best.
Yeah.
I mean, the best advice I can give is follow the tracks. Try to find these dwarves' tracks and follow them.
Yeah, you lovely ladies.
Oh man, Gigroth's getting all randy over there.
What
No.
race are these two women, anyways?
They are human.
Okay, I was hoping they were like Dragonborn or something. That would make this better.
Nope. Nope. Okay.
I'm just gonna hit him with that Joey's phrase from Friends. How you doing?
Allie blushes a little bit, and Corey rolls her eyes at you.
Okay, soon,
And-
Corey. Soon.
That, I think, is a good stopping spot. Since we are about 3 hours in, and we will pick up in Caer Koenig next week. But we are not done yet. Don't go anywhere. We've got crit chat happening now. So if you have any questions for the group, anything like that, stick around. We'll be back in 10 minutes, 10-minute break. Talk about the sessions. We got some other things to chat about. Yeah, we will see you all in 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. All right, here we are coming back. Where are we at? There we go. Welcome back, everyone. It is crit chat time. Okay, well that was a session. Some things happened. Some new breadcrumbs to follow. Some new events taking place. How'd you guys feel about that one? Hello? Do I not have? Oh my gosh!
like
Shit. Sorry, could you not hear me?
no, not at all.
Oh, damn it. I was just saying we're back. So
So we've just been talking about chess for 15 minutes.
Okay. All right. We can
Some
talk
of the
about
what?
chess
Damn
and
it.
crit chat. I'm fine with that. No, that was a fun session. Some things that happened, some new breadcrumbs to follow. It definitely felt to me like a transitional episode, right, between what you've accomplished and then a new lead going towards something.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since we got introduced like a couple different breadcrumbs at the same time, and it's like, oh, actually like 3 of them at once. We
Yeah.
had the thing with Alvesa, the Caer Koenig, and the healer back in Brimshander, and all at once, and it was like, now we have to pick one of these.
Hey, that's you getting some real what's the term? Like decision paralysis for which one to follow.
Yes, very much so.
The one that leads us to our next level.
So, cool. So I wanted to bring this up and talk about this in crit chat. So, Cyrus, like I mentioned last night, you joined myself on fellow friend of the stream, Bassoon Buffoon stream, streaming Dungeons and Dragons. That was a really, really cool thing to do. You played as Cyrus and got to do a crossover episode in a different setting, and it was very different, I will say.
It was a stark contrast to how we play, and just the overall experience was very different.
Yeah, and sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, certainly a lot more headstrong than our party.
Yeah, so you guys really like to plan things out and kind of like take your time. A lot more RP, making sure and discussing all your moves. The other one on BB's is just charge in.
Yar!
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Leroy Jenkins for all you kids out there, all you old people that remember that.
So, heads up, spoiler alert. I guess it's not really a spoiler. We can announce this. In a future episode, BB and his dungeon master Kevin are going to join us on our stream in the near future.
Cool.
we're gonna
That's
do- we're-
exciting.
Yes, we're gonna do a crossover episode, and so he's gonna ruin everyone's intentions and ruin the party's planning by just charging in and doing things for some mission.
Bassoon Buffoon, what is this? A crossover episode?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll probably be coming up here in about a month if I had to wager a guess. So I'm really looking forward to that. He's a good friend of mine, and I love every time we collaborate and do something together. So that'll be good. Let's see, what else is there to chat about? Oh, you guys leveled up. If each of you want to take an opportunity to talk about like changes to your character, what got added, that's kind of a big deal. And like I said, this is the first time this party has leveled up in 13 weeks. So that's pretty exciting, I think. Akuma, why don't
Yeah.
you start us off?
So I am multi-class, so I took a second level into sorcerer. And just being that I was second level into sorcerer, I received 2 sorcery points, and I got to pick a first level sorcerer spell. So I picked Chaos Bolt, which everyone got to see tonight.
It worked out pretty
That did
well
some
tonight.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, super good. Super good.
So yeah.
And with those extra that extra sorcery spell, we can get to do some wild magic.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get to that.
Maybe more Modron friends will pop up.
What a weird one. Like I mean, there's what 50 options on the wild magic table, and it's like, yeah, just random Modron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Random mechanical duder just pops up.
They can't all be like super serious, you know? It makes sense.
Yeah, it would
Every
totally
reality.
take away the agency if every one of them was like, banish all of your party members, or it's like to another dimension, or banish all of your enemies. It takes all like the impact out if it is too one-sided. So some of it has to be kind of more subtle, I guess.
We got to start taking bets on them. I mean, if we could use our channel points for gambling, like what's going to happen? Does Nick get to control
Oh.
a unicorn?
That would be
That's a cool idea.
that would be super cool. Yeah, where it's like, all right, so we're gonna take bets on, is the next wild magic going to be beneficial to the party or not beneficial?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Something like that. That would be really fun.
Gambling
Zyma.
is fun.
Oh yeah, what?
I just said gambling is fun.
Gambling is great and not destructive at all. Zyma, your character, what did you get to add?
I went ahead and took my 4th level fighter, which gave me the choice between an ASI and a feat, and I ended up taking the feat Polearm Master to take advantage of both sides of my glaive, and give me something to do with my bonus action and be able to kind of control the battlefield a little bit better, so I can keep people off of the casters.
So
And just kind of take advantage of my range. Polearm Master. Let me get the exact verbiage for you guys real quick. Where is it on my sheet? Oh gosh, it's funny because just Manifest Echo takes up so much of my sheet. So Polearm Master. When you take the attack action with only a glaive, which I have, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear, you can use a bonus action to make a melee attack with the opposite end of the weapon that uses the same ability modifier as the primary attack and has a damage die of 1d4 bludgeoning damage. Of course, Nick, we talked about it before the campaign, and you're going to let me change the damage to either piercing or slashing due to the fact that it's a double-sided glaive, but of course we're still keeping it to a d4.
Yep.
While you're wielding a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear, other creatures provoke an opportunity attack from you when they enter your reach. So, of course, once again, because I normally send Tomax into the fray and keep myself near the casters, if someone should try to pop smoke or break contact and come after my guys, they will have to get through me before they get to them, and I'm able to kind of intercept them.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you get to do all of that through Tomax as well. So basically,
Yes,
Tomax gets all of those benefits too, which is super cool.
So super excited.
Gigroth, your what did you do at level 4? What do you gain?
So nothing too wild like Zymot here. I just took a feat dual wielding. So I moved from having two hand axes, and now basically I can have like more uh like stronger, like more weapons that deal more DC. Sorry, not DC. Have a higher dice. So I've got a long sword and I'm wielding my warhammer. So those are both D8 weapons.
Yeah, instead of the hand
Um,
axes, which are D6s, I believe.
right. And at first I misunderstood dual wielder, and I was gonna actually get a great sword, and I was gonna get the what is it, the maul, one on each hand. But then I looked it back into it, and they were both two-handed weapons. I was like, ah, damn it, I can't. And they don't have versatile on it, so I was like, I can't
Yeah, it's got to be
use them
something
as
that you
one-handed
can
weapons.
wield one-handed.
Yeah, but even then, that's still like what? That's an extra D4 of damage. So
Yeah, that's an extra from a D6 to an extra to a D8. Like that's an extra 30% damage boost, right? Like
right,
on average, like that's awesome. That's a big deal.
for
uh,
sure. And I'm hoping on my next level up, I'm either thinking of going fighting innate, or I'm gonna go with touched.
Sweet. Be a damage dealing fiend.
Yep.
And then Cyrus, you're level 4.
I took the going to my level 4 as a bard. I took the boring option, and I took the ability score improvement to get my charisma up to 18. The
Nice.
main reason I did that, though, apart from ability checks, is that increases my bardic inspiration die, so I now have 4 per long rest, as well as it increases my spell save for any spells like hideous laughter, um, vicious mockery, etc.
Yeah, it's now what a
So
a
yeah,
15 on the spell save.
it's a 14. It was a
Okay.
15 last night.
Oh, gotcha.
Level 5.
Level 5 it goes up. Oh, because your proficiency bonus goes up at level 5.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, like that's still a huge deal getting a +4 bonus to your charisma.
Yep. So now my persuasion and deception rolls are even better.
Even better, higher DC. That's awesome. That's sick. Okay. Let's see what else is there. I guess I'll give this plug here now. Check out if you're in chat and want to, hang out with the guys even more, or if you want to check out past episodes, you can jump in our Discord. You can follow us on Twitter, and definitely check out our YouTube. We've got all of our past broadcasts, our past streams up on YouTube as well, which seems to be gaining a little bit of traction. More and more people are watching it, which is super cool to see that. I'm glad you guys are liking the show and following us. So definitely check all those out. You can see commands down below, !Discord, !YouTube to see all that sort of stuff. Anything else anyone wants to talk about? I'm all out of. I mean, I don't really have anything else.
I think Akuma is doing a fantastic job RPing the dynamic between the curse and the party and whatnot.
yes.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it is. It is fantastic.
I don't know how this we get rid of the curse though. I'll be honest. Like
You definitely can. I think Cyrus knows how to get rid of it, but
Wow.
reluctantly went with the group to Caer Koenig.
oh, so it'll wash off the same exact way. Okay. I don't want to table talk and say that maybe we should do that so I can quit being this way because it's I was some of that tension was palpable earlier, but
You know what? It's got to be authentic for the camera, all right?
It's actually, I mean, since we're out of the game, it's actually already in the books. Cyrus, when me and Cyrus took the cauldron into the back into the building, that was one of the things he had mentioned was like, hey, we probably need to work on trying to potentially see what's up with old boy and talk to a cleric or something. So it's already in the books.
You're gonna get it done.
Spoiler alert.
Get that
I-
curse removed.
For sure. I in that moment when Nick, well, as being Mr. Squirrel, he's like, I don't see anything out of the ordinary. There's a cauldron. There's some rations. There's some weapons. When he said that, I think I was too much in Gigroth's mind because it didn't click in my head that he said cauldron. And then when someone else said cauldron, and then so I said, oh, okay, well, I'll just play it off as Gigroth. Gigroth didn't realize there was a cauldron in there.
Yeah, it was totally an act. It wasn't you, the player, not realizing what I said.
No, it's
Exactly.
highbrow roleplay right there.
Yeah. So that's actually what Akuma was messaging me off the books, so to speak.
I pieced that
I
together as
figured.
soon as we noticed the cauldron. I'm like, you slippery little
Now-
lizard.
Now, there was a chance that you guys could have missed it if your perception checks were low enough. And Gigroth, yours was like a 4, or maybe it was Zymot's that was a 4.
No,
No,
I think mine was high
my-
that time.
So I'm
I
curious.
think like a 9, and then Cyrus was 7, and I believe Zymot's was like a 12 or 13.
Someone was lower than Akuma's 6.
Gigroth rolled a 4 and I rolled a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It-
was
Mostly
that
contested roll.
the kind of roll it was? Was like a stealth roll, or what was it?
Yeah, so I had Akuma make a dexterity roll, like sleight of hand, off script, essentially off the books, for him to try and hide this thing, and then that was contested by your guys' perception check to see if you noticed anything weird about the packing up the sleds.
The one thing that got me to pucker up a little bit, which obviously I didn't want to react to, was when you were like, "And where exactly is the cauldron right now?" When we went to go talk to the speaker, I was like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's like so much stuff in the book about the cauldron and what can happen and different side things.
We just bypassed.
So
it
yeah,
all.
I wanted to make sure, like, if something was going to trigger those events, I needed to double check and make sure that you guys were doing things in a specific way to either trigger them or not trigger them.
I see. Yeah, because to us, we were like, oh, yeah, that's cool. We get to make soup with this or whatever. To, like, us as, like, adventurers, it's like fucking whatever. And then, like...
Oh, no, it is a big deal.
I mean, I do like the fact, personally, I mean, and Zymon as well, but I like the fact that it just gives us a pass on the sacrifice thing, you know? Like, now we just switch the food and we can go about our business. I don't know. I appreciate that, and I thought maybe that was the big key to it, but I guess in the module, because it doesn't matter what city. What does they sacrifice bodies at East Haven, right?
Yeah, East Haven, Targos, and Bryn Shander sacrifice humanoids.
Yeah,
It's
so
'cause
I
there's
guess
so many more people, so it's okay.
yeah, so I guess it's fine. Like maybe the module we're supposed to like get it and then give it to them and be like, hey, now you can stop killing people. I don't know.
I mean, do you want to know, or do you want to save it for?
Well, is it still in play? If it's still in play, then we'll wait. But if it's not, then yeah, sure.
I mean, I feel like you guys have kind of made up your minds about what you're doing with it. So it's still in play, but it's probably likely not going to happen.
I say for
I
the
defer
sake
to
of
you guys.
like moving forward, just like it's better if we don't know.
Okay.
Because that's like a choice we didn't make. Like we didn't choose to give it to East Haven, so we don't know what happens there.
Yeah.
Because that could influence our interactions in East Haven in the future with that information,
Mhm.
even if we didn't do that specific thing.
That's very
I
fair.
concur.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I got. Anyone else have
Cool.
any?
Question: if
Oh,
we
yeah.
followed the path to the cauldron, would that lead us to level 5?
If you followed the path, no. You guys are. We're probably another. Oh gosh, depending on how many, what side quests you go on, which ones you do, how many.
Join us back in the spring.
Yeah, exactly. Give us another couple of months, and then you guys will probably be level 5. But-
Hold on, guys. We've got another side adventure with Ronaldo in the squirrel.
Hey there, my name's Mr. Squirrel.
I loved that just that quick side character like voice for the squirrel.
You're the one that brought it up. I just mimicked what you said. Like
I know,
immediately.
but when you started doing it, it was way funnier to me, and I just started losing it. I
I
don't
was
know why.
surprised. I was just so surprised that squirrel had that much intelligence. I was like, should I keep this fucking squirrel? He's actually
the el-
speaking back to me.
He's
Well,
the
you-
alpha squirrel.
sorry, I assumed you used like speak with animals.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
I
So
used
yeah,
speak with animals.
you can understand him. You can talk to him then.
No. I know I can talk to him, but with that spell, it's like what is it? They're what is it? They can gain the ability to comprehend verbally. You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts during the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited to their intelligence. But at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they've perceived or have perceived within the past few days. And I was like, this guy is giving me a lot of information that I'm surprised that he gave me, because I know that when I asked like that one rat when we met that old man, like, hey, can you find like any like pieces of paper or information?
Mm-hmm.
He came back with a fucking knucklehead recipe.
Yeah.
But this squirrel was literally like out there scouting the trees for me,
Sure.
and then he went into our stuff, and he was able to like, he knew the word of every object that was in there, and I was like, how do you know what a fucking cauldron looks
Whatever.
I like to imagine.
I'm gonna be totally inconsistent with it throughout.
I like that. Like 1 minute, Gigroth can do this giant security plan, and then turn around and just be completely captivated by a squirrel.
I like to think that the squirrel did see the guy, like, or whoever the assassin was that like ran off in the night, but he just like, oh well, that's not specifically what he described, so like that's probably not it. He's like, yeah, I didn't see who you described.
So there's an awesome bit, a recurring bit in if you guys watch other like D&D streams, things like that. Acquisitions Incorporated, the C Team, which it was their weekly. They had several seasons of it. It was their weekly stream show, and one character, the druid Walnut. They had speak with animals, and all the time there's these great bits where like they would talk to the cat, or there were like these two birds that were surveillance, but they were like two brother birds that would like dance and hop around on the window ledges, and it was like almost like Three Stooges style, where they would like try to one up each other and like knock each other off the ledge, so each of them could get better vantage points for surveillance. There was like a whole side quest where they had to go gather nuts for like a family of squirrels and the Squirrel King who lived in a tree. Like it was just like some great bits with speak with animals, and I loved that so much, and I hope like we can add some of that into here.
So, would you allow, should Zymot die and have to reroll a character, would you allow me to be an awakened animal so I control Gigroth?
Oh, I'll have to give that some thought. I mean, I'm not directly opposed to it. I just don't know how we would homebrew that.
Are there like polar bears in Icewind Dale or something?
There
No,
are.
I'd be an
yeah.
otter, man. I'd just
An
be an
otter?
otter.
Oh, you're going for Dex character. Okay, I like it.
I would love it. I would love it.
You could be a druid that you just spend more time in wild shape.
It's a druid that doesn't want to be a human. That's its character thing, where
Well,
it's
I mean,
constantly wild
I
shaping
would-
back into an animal.
I mean, I would be fine with just literally keeping the stats of whatever class I pick, and you and I just homebrew the racial stats. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To make
you're
it
an
easier on
otter.
you. So instead of having to do some whack class shenanigans,
yeah, I'm not opposed to any of this. Obviously this is all going to be dependent if Zymot dies, but yeah, I'm
Next week, kids.
which very easily could happen. Yeah,
I
that
mean,
that
I've
sounds
heard
funny. That
stories
sounds hilarious.
of DMs killing characters because they like the person's backup character more. So
I wouldn't do
Uh,
that. Your death has got to come naturally through the game.
No, Nick,
Nice
kill him. I
throwing.
want me a dungeon mon. I want Zymot to be my dungeon mon, and I'm gonna like use tail slap. He's an otter, so use bubble.
Okay. All right. I think that's going to do it for the night. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate it. Again, you can find all of our information on Discord, YouTube, Twitter, down below. Join us in theirs if you want to talk with everyone, if you want to keep in contact with us, and you can find past episodes on YouTube. So thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks to you, the players, for playing, and we will see everyone next Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. See you later, guys.
Thanks,
Take care,
Nick. Good night,
everybody.
everybody later.